Welcome in, everyone, to, I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I'm May, by the way, if you hadn't already figured that out, and we're still playing The Adventures of Rin, who is, in some ways, doing much better than The Adventures of Mayrin, and in some ways, missing out on things that we'll see whether or not they happen. But let's get back into it, considering there's so much scissoring going on in my chat. I'm still heroic. Let's see here. We're still working on our persuasion. We've gotten things up pretty well overall. But it's time to go talk to all of our peeps once again. Mars is wearing Nami's VR headset and smiling. When you tap her on the shoulder, she jumps and rips it off, scowling. "Oh, it's you," she says, fluffing her hair. "I thought it was another adult coming to tell me to do something useful." She holds up the VR headset. "Oh, this?" Nami realized you can load the old museum guided tours onto this thing, so you can actually feel like you're walking around in the Louvre and the Guggenheim. Totes cool, right? Finally, some culture. Sure, Mars. Culture. That's what you want to call it? My pal Cal! Cal Pal! How are you and Tammy doing? Plague Doctor Man sent me a lot of them, Trav. A lot of them. Oh boy. I have yet to respond, but I did like them all. Because, I mean, you know. Pros of this run: saved your ma, amazing at expedition, saved Tammy and Tonin, and my dad. Cons: you don't have your girlfriend. Might get a boyfriend, though. Just saying. You left me one? Oh no. Oh no. I checked it right after stream, but then I ended up having to go do dinner plans last night, so... You know. Okay. You spot Cal among the herd of float cow, gently pushing them around so he can milk the ones that seem to float lower than the others. "Hey, Rin," he says, reaching under one cow and squeezing a stream of blue milk into his bucket. "You ever had moo juice straight from the tap? Something else, let me tell ya." I enjoyed each and every one of them, Plague Doctor Man, and I'm still flustered right to this moment. Flustered, I tell you. You guys are literally the bestest and the worst. Oh. I'm probably gonna get a weird rash. But thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. Mom? Your dad used to joke that your mom got her prosthetic legs so she could run faster than everybody else before you had gene tech. You don't think that's true. You guess she lost it in some kind of fight, but she barely ever talks about it. Except for days like today when she's stumbling around like one leg is shorter than the other. "Stupid thing," she grumbles. "When am I gonna have the time to get this damn thing fitted right?" You know, back when I was an all the mental stats engineer, I could have fixed it, Mom, but you were... Well, I won't talk about that. You don't believe it happened anyway. Hey, best buddy, best pal. Look at them, Dis says, gesturing to a squad of soldiers as they jog around the perimeter of the colony. They don't even know they're already dead. He laughs without smiling. Stupid. Why even bother fighting? Why indeed? Why indeed? Hey, asshole. Goodbye. I don't even read his anymore. I just don't like him. I just don't like him. Also, an ad in a minute, just for those who are plagued by them. Nem breaks off from her squad and greets you with a nod of her head. "What's up, Rin?" Oh man, if only we had the toughness to train together again. If only. We may not be able to save Nem from the asshole this run, but we'll try. Oh, she's definitely not like other teenagers. Nope, nope, nope. Genius scientist that she is. Tammy is working on blocking out a colorful baby quilt. She looks up as you approach. Do you like it? She asks. The colors are supposed to represent the 5 seasons of Rotunda. She looks back down at it and sighs. Someone will be allowed to have a baby soon, she says sadly. Oh, baby. It might be you. It'll go fine. Just give her a shit ton of eggs and play sports. You can't bully Automod like that. You have to be more creative. That was lame. Try again. I don't have any eggs is the problem. That is, like, quite literally the problem. I could give her cake, I suppose, but, like, it's not her birthday. And she doesn't like blue blobber fruit. Like, that's not one of her likes, which is a problem. So I'm gonna go work in the depot again. Try to get this persuasion the persuasion perk, and then move on. This is engineering and toughness and Rex friendship. That could be fun. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing. Save the cake for Cal. He'll take one every season if you're offering. You and Mars are working together in the depot, lazily filling orders and stocking shelves. It's not a glamorous job, but it's easy, and you don't have to run all over the colony or have to deal with anything gross, like weather. Mars cranes her head to watch a customer leave and whistles. Wow, she says, leaning her head on her hand dreamily. Did you see the behind on that one? Honestly, the best part about colony living is that everyone is in, like, peak physical form. You know what I'm saying? We could be like, you've got a nice butt yourself. Let's admire butts and do our work. Or keep it in your pants, Marzipan. Well, I don't want either of the yellow cards. Multitasking it is. I actually do like the multitasking card. Hell yeah. Mars rolls her eyes and you both get back to work, taking breaks to giggle over particularly delicious customers. At one point, Seek comes in to drop something off, and as they turn around to leave, you and Mars bust into laughter. You can't help but notice Seek does sashay ever so slightly when they walk, hips swinging like a pendulum. Ooh, Seek has got a little bit of vanity. Seek has got a little bit of vanity in there, they themselves. They are slaying. Yeah. Yo, May, what's your favorite meat? Bacon. As if that wasn't a duh thing. My favorite vegetarian meat substitute, though, is mushrooms. I will say that. I am an omnivore. Very much an omnivore. That isn't to say that I couldn't become a vegetarian or a carnivore. There's issues with both sides. Health, like managing your health and eating well wise. But I could go either way. But like I am hardcore an omnivore. Like I like my vegetables and I like my meats. I feel like a good balance of both is for the best, honestly. Now, there are a few things that I won't eat, like liver. No, thank you. Primarily because in most animals, the liver is a filter. Why would I want to eat a dirty filter? Like, it makes no sense. People make no sense when they eat liver of any kind. No. Just, no. Weird. And I'm not big into brains either, because generally speaking, that's where you run into problems. Mad cow disease is absolutely a problem because cows have been eating the ground up nervous systems of other cows, and that's where the problem comes from. Cannibalistic humans, same problem. Anyone who actually, any tribe, ancient or modern, that participates in cannibalistic rituals for any reason, they learn very quickly, stay away from the brains and the nervous system because it makes you go batshit insane. Just saying. There's some trivia for you. People are otherwise fairly consumable. But yeah, it's, you know, I'm an omnivore. I like a good vegetable. One of my favorites is a chicken broccoli Alfredo casserole, the Stouffer's one specifically. If you live in the US, you know the brand. It's a national brand. That's one of my favorites. Now, granted, you know, eating Stouffer's on a regular basis is not probably the best for you, but it's got vegetable, it's got meat, and it's got pasta, and it's got cheese. Well, cheese sauce, and it's amazing. So, there you go. Is it my all-time favorite food? No. No, it is not. Couldn't tell you what that is anymore. Used to be lasagna. Now, I like too many kinds of foods. I like to eat. Food is good. Where are we at here? We're working in the depot. This is never going to be the highest card because we've not upgraded it. We do have a gem card, so that could be also a 5. +1 to and from other social cards. So, if we did this... Is it still a 5? Yes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Because we have the highest bonus to straights. We do have a decent bonus to pairs, but we have the highest bonus to straights. So. Beautiful. Super gold. Like it was hard. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, yeah. Exactly, Trev. I mean, why do you eat chilies? It has a chemical that sets off your pain receptors, and we eat that for fun. Pasta goes unbelievably hard, too. Yeah, capsaicin just confuses the brain, and people get addicted to not the pain of capsaicin, but the endorphin hit of capsaicin. Like, your pain response, your brain will try to balance it out. And I am very sensitive to that sort of stuff, so I don't actually like heat in food, because then I can't taste anything, and all it is pain and suffering for me. You know, oh my god, my tongue is on fire, and nothing else has flavor now, for a while. But for those who absolutely adore heat in their food, they get addicted to the brain chemicals that get dropped to deal with the pain. We eat so many things that are meant to deter animals for fun. I also don't really like heat. Yeah, I just cannot. My taste buds are too sensitive. I taste all the things, let me tell you. All right. It is now pollen season, and our dad won't die this year. So I'm kind of very excited about that. I need a little bit more. Okay. Okay, she's in the museums again today. Nice, nice. Rex. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay attention to them. They're all assholes. But I would like to give you a stick. I remembered your birthday, and I brought you a stick. Yep. I'm the best. I'm absolutely the best. Also, I need hugs. Oh, the best. The best. I love that you get a friendship bonus with him every season. I really wish that you had a similar thing with Nami. Maybe if I had more creativity. I'm only 5 points away. She's super high energy. Well, they, them monarch. They are super high energy. It is the truth. Look at how close they stand next to each other. Look at them. They're so cute. Oh, I love this. I love this. It's Twitter. It's the Twitter patience season. Do I need something, Tammy? No. No, I do not. I just need to see your lovely smiling face. Please be happy. Please be happy. Technically, Plague Doctor Man, you can get hugs from Rex every day. You just have to play the game every day. Like, every day. Just play Exocolonist every day, and you can hug Rex every day. Multiple times, if you'd like. Moo juice straight from the tap? Nope, not interested. Thank you, though. Tange? Tange is sulking outside the lab, though it's hard to tell given her usual demeanor. I'm not allowed to work a triple shift, she mutters. Just because everyone else is a weakling who requires sleep doesn't mean I should be held to the same standard. Look, a couple years ago, you had to set a reminder to sleep because you worked for 3 days straight. Maybe, just maybe, Tange, take a nap. You might be a little bit hangry as well. Perhaps have a Snickers. Plague, you have no idea how much I wish I could hug all of my friends every day. All of them. Every single one. Even the ones who don't even remember exist anymore. I would love to hug all of them every day. And the fact that I don't live in a perfect world where I can teleport around and do that, sucks. You spot Nem talking to Vase. He smiles warmly and claps her on the shoulder, and she goes red, stammering out a goodbye as he walks away. Oh, hey, Rin, she says as you approach. Oh my god. I have to save her. Damn it. Dis, please, talk to me. Dis jumps out of the bed of an expedition's transport, slapping it fondly on the roof before turning to you. He looks uncommonly comfortable in his skin. Hey, Rin, he says. It's a good day out there. He doesn't elaborate. Hey, would you be interested in a strange device? Yep, it's gotta be. An alien artifact? Probably, yes. Okay, just get the persuasion and then start fixing Nem. Like, get it. Come on, we can do this. Oh, hey, it's an SFC club meeting. You clearly need to get 100 combat so you're good enough to use a sniper rifle to assassinate Vase and blame it on the aliens. Plague. Not this run. Not this run. Maybe someday. At the next SFC meeting, Mars is frustrated that it's still just you, Mars, Tange, Tammy, and Cal. Tammy comments that she thinks it's nice when childhood friends still hang out together when they get older. Mars rolls her eyes. So I talked to Lum, Mars says, then holds up her hand in defense. Not about the club, okay? I know how to keep a secret. I just wanted to get a closer look at him, you know? Tange smirks. Long story short, Lum's a total idiot, Mars sighs. All he wanted to talk about was how the colony's going to keep winning and winning, and now he wants me to help him make HoloNet vids for propaganda. Like, oh look, we're doing so good, yay. Mars scowls. I mean, first of all, yuck. Second of all, double yuck. He just wants to sit at his desk all day and pretend like he doesn't see what's going on outside. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's actually worse than Uticott. Mars slumps in her chair and puts her head in her hands. What are we gonna do about all this planky nullhead? We should overthrow the governor. We should just do that. Nice. Nice. Mars's eyes goes wide. What? We could? Why not? If we want a better future, we're gonna have to build it ourselves. I liked Governor Udicott, Cal speaks up for once. She was really thoughtful and nice. Lum is letting people with guns run everything. It just makes me uncomfortable, man. Tammy nods her head in agreement. You look at the little SFC pin on your shirt and realize your silly childhood secret club might be turning into a bit of a political organization. Let's go! Military coup. Well, political coup, actually. Political coup. Okay. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 4. This is also a 6. What if I did double 6s? I don't know. Keep going. That's already over goal. I don't have a 3, unfortunately, but we can get a super goal regardless. With a straight, and a 2 of a kind, and a flush. It's very nice, very nice. No, we shall take the armory. Death to all who do not support our glorious reign. Wrong use of the word reign. It's the incorrect reign. We don't want the weather. We want the other one. If you want to overthrow the governor, you may need to build persuasion or save money for bribes. Or maybe not. Or some people may be reluctant to go along with it. Yeah, I know. We'll get working on it. I mean, I am trying to get persuasion up. I finally got this. +1 to social cards and challenges. Yay. I need to get out and pick up things. I think I need to go to the plains. You're woken by the buzzing of your holopalm. It's a colony-wide alert. You rub your eyes and ponder the thickness in the air, seeping into your bedroom through the open veranda door. It's an ominous but beautiful sight. The seasonal pale pink haze has turned a deep fuchsia with scintillating silver sparkles floating through it. The shimmer. Thankfully, you've all been inoculated against the shimmer because this looks like a bad year for the airborne spores. To be safe, you stay inside and seal your doors and windows tightly. You spend the time playing holo games with your dad. After a couple of days, the pollen fog passes without incident. Fuck yeah. Take that, shimmer. You can't have my dad. We don't have any mid-pollen birthdays, do we? This is dust, wet, wet. You are late pollen. You are already done. Mid-dust. Mid-wet. Yeah, no mid-pollen, unless, of course, it's stim. New Percudis. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, hey, Mars. Nobody is in mid-pollen? Okay. I thought we were overthrowing the government, but turns out I had the grammar police over on our side the whole time. Depends on what kind of rain we're making. Bullets are normally paired with hail, after all. Rain would be arrows, I think. At least our propaganda will be perfectly done. Exactly. Plague and Trav. Exactly. Alright. What's up, Mars? You find Mars frowning over a textbook on her holo. She flips through the pages with growing disgust until finally she gestures angrily to dismiss the screen and then drags her hand down her face. Arg! She explains. People totally suck. You slide into the seat next to Mars and she sighs. I told my dads about my plan to get the adults to adopt kudos as a way to encourage the arts, and they got really weird about it. Like, they think it's a good idea, but then they told me that I should read up about Earth's history. So I did. And you know what I found out? People suck. The whole reason we left Earth was because trading money for stuff was a bad idea. It made a few people rich and everyone else poor. And it destroyed all the culture, and people fought and killed each other over it. By the time our parents left Earth, almost everyone worked super hard and was super poor. While like 100 people barely worked at all and owned private spacecraft. That's so dumb. This colony is the closest humans have come to income equality in thousands of years, but we don't have any passion. And Earth's history is full of people with passion who end up turning into supervillains while everyone else starves. Mars says, crossing her arms. Is that all we're capable of? Really? She looks at you intently and puts her hand over her heart. I'm a passionate person, Rin, she says. Is being a despot all I'm capable of? There's nothing wrong with passion, it's true. You're going to have to work at it. I actually think is the answer we kind of need to give her. I don't know. Yep, people suck. Universal truth, sorry. But people are also really great and funny and give good hugs. People are complicated. People are complicated. Let's soapbox for a moment, shall we? Let's have a discussion here about this, because this is valid in our real everyday lives. People are just as equally capable of greatness with virtue as they are greatness with vice. People are just as capable of being compassionate and merciful and generous and good as they are horrible and horrific and mean and like with killing intent, you know? People are equally capable of saving each other from the worst that humanity has to offer, as well as they are capable of devolving into the worst that humanity has to offer. We are both our own angels and our own monsters. So yeah, history is chock full of the many, many ways that we have risen above our baser instincts and the many, many ways that we have devolved to be even worse than our base instincts. Blah, blah, blah. Our basic and base instincts, really? Too many words. All sound the same. English is my only language. It's tragic that I do not have full command over it. The reason why Mars is so off-putting is because her shamelessness allows her to say whatever is on her mind without any guilt or any negative internal consequences to what she says. She's absolutely fearless when it comes to expressing her opinion. But at the same turn of coin, because she's absolutely fearless about expressing her opinion and being very passionate about it, she has no filter, essentially, because she does not recognize what will hurt somebody because she has never felt the same kind of hurt. She lacks in empathy because of her shamelessness, is really what it comes down to. So, on the flip side, you have Tammy, who understands and has the fear and the empathy to understand when people get hurt and wants to never do that. You have Cal as another example of he isn't afraid, but he despises and derises being what is the word I'm looking for? Violent for the sake of violence. Which is another way of expressing, where Mars is verbally violent in her ways. Vase is the physical aspect of physically violent and emotionally violent in his ways. Mars is actually a very kind and generous person when you can get past the fact that she has zero filter because of her shamelessness. Vase is the physical version of that, where he is physically and emotionally violent towards people because he does not understand that him being that way is wrong, because that is the way he has been treated. So, you know, you have all these people who express different sides of this particular concept, idea. It's really interesting how the play of all four of these specific characters and how they affect everyone else around them who are different than them as well, really gives a sort of a cohesive need where all of these characters are necessary if they can come to consensus together. And also feeling the impulse to do bad things like hurt people or be a dickhead doesn't make you a bad person. It's if you do those things that make it's if you do those things that makes you a bad person. And Rex is perfect and has actually no flaws. Plague, I would not agree. I believe that Rex's flaw is that he isn't as focused as others. Because he wants to be so inclusive of everything, he does not specialize at all. This doesn't mean that he is inherently wrong. It just means that he's probably the most perfect example in this game of someone who understands his weaknesses and invites those people who have those strengths into his life to balance himself out. Because he's willing and capable of understanding that everyone has a place. Not perfect, but he understands that it takes a community to live a full and well-balanced life. That everyone, that, you know, one person's weaknesses is another person's strengths, and that them working together towards a common goal is really how civilization is supposed to work. But he's not perfect. He's just enlightened, I suppose you could say. I wouldn't consider myself to be a perfect person, but I do try to invite the people into my life that complement me, that we have things in common, not necessarily as the same, but as in parallel, that where I am weak, one or another of my friends has that strength to help balance me out. It's not perfect because I don't live with all of you, but I would love to. I noticed, Plague, I noticed. But yeah, so Mars coming to the realization that how she's been treating Kudos and everything that she's been trying to do about it is not new and has gone horrifically wrong before is kind of eye-opening to her. Welcome in, Dragon. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you are doing well. I think we're gonna have to tell her you're gonna have to work at it. I think this is the correct answer to help her get to a better place. That's just my opinion. But it was a good discussion. Thank you, Plague. If anyone else has any thoughts, feel free to chime in. Gonna have to work at it, Mars. Mars nods with conviction. You're right, Rin. I'm glad I can always count on you to remind me to be better. See? That's what she needs. That's what she's always needed. She needed a friend to remind her how to be a better person. Because in this life, at least in my opinion, the only person you are absolutely actually competing with is yourself from yesterday. And if you can every day try to better yourself from the person you were yesterday, well, you'll get to wherever you end up. Because I don't believe that life is about the destination. In the end, especially as humans, we will all die. That is the destination. Period, the end. But the journey to get there, the journey to end up at the destination, that's the part that matters. So if you are better than you were yesterday, you're winning. You're doing it. What it means to be better than you were yesterday will be absolutely unique to every single person. What I need to do to be better than yesterday is different from what Plague Doctor needs to do to be better than yesterday. So it's really the only competition we have in life, because I can't live anybody else's life, I can only live mine. Also, Mars and Vase have an incredible drive to be more than they currently are. Can I say something about Vase's story? Yeah. An ad will start in a minute, though, Plague, so just FYI. There has to be a middle ground between austerity and inequality, Mars continues. I don't want to have everything while everyone else has nothing. PP! Welcome in. Thank you for coming. And I know that you are also live, so I hope you're having fun with the Cult of the Lamb. Appreciate you, PP. Like, yes, obviously I want to colonize this stupid rock, Mars continues. I want massive cities and glass skyscrapers and flying cars. I want to not have to fight off aliens every year. I want to pave over all these scungy pollen trees and kill the stupid bugs. I want air conditioning. I just want everyone to have everything. Even the stuff that the adults think doesn't matter. We can't live like animals just because the boogeyman of our past. One day, I'm gonna be running this place, Mars says. Just you wait, Rin. I'm not gonna let us fall into the same patterns we did on Earth. We have to take care of each other and master this planet, but we also can't forget what makes life worth living. Luxury. What do you think, Rin? Do you think I'm on the right track? How do we avoid past mistakes? I'm gonna make her think about it. Mars starts, then furrows her brow in thought. I guess I thought because we're already starting out equal, people would just be better? She frowns. You're right. It seems like wishful thinking, doesn't it? Well, at least I have you to bring me back to Earth. Ratumna. Mars smiles and clasps your shoulder. Thank you, Rin. You always think of things I don't. I really appreciate that about you. Damn Skippy, you appreciate that about me. Mars throws a bulging tote bag onto the ground. Out with the old, she announces. All of these are ready for the textiles recycler. If you want to go through them, go for it. They're all so last season. So they're perfect for someone who doesn't really get fashion, like you. I can't wait to get to some new clothes. It feels like I've been wearing the same thing for years. Which is actually kind of a dig about how the art only changes every once in a while. You know what? Have a flower. Actually, no, have a crystal. Yep. It's pretty. It's pretty. Rex! Rex is playing a game where he throws the ball up in the air as high as he can and tries to catch it without using his hands. You narrowly miss him running right into you and the ball bounces away. Shucks! Rex exclaims, twiddling his big furry ears. I was on a roll. Do you need something? Just some hugs. He's adorable. Dad, you're not dying. Look, you're not dying. He's losing his shirt to cards again. Whoopsies. The difference is Mars is trying to lead and bring this planet to a realm of freedom of speech and greatness where Vase just wants to fly away from his problems and not deal with this shit anymore. He is adorable. Yep, Rex is adorable. I don't know enough about Vase's story to agree with that. I know that you're trying to give me a little bit of vague spoilers, Plague, and I appreciate that you asked first. And got my permission, of course. I didn't get the first paragraph. Oh no, it didn't send on my end. Weird. Mom, I'm eating and drinking enough, I promise. He wants to be a pilot and leave the planet because during his storyline he states that he felt such a massive adrenaline rush heading through that wormhole that nothing feels like it can compare to it. And he's just chasing that high. Vase wants to be a spacer out in the stars, whereas Mars wants to be the governor of the planet. Ah, okay. And then the difference between Mars trying to lead the planet and Vase wants to leave the planet. Yeah, no, I can see how that would drastically affect things. Thank you for reposting, because I did not get that first part. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know you're not going to miss the smell when you're gone, but I will miss you, so please don't leave without me. We will be going out to get supplies, because I am low on everything. Yeah, training is hard. I wish I had something I could give you. I do have cake. I could just give her cake. I don't know. Why do I talk to you again? I don't know. It's not your birthday. No collectible over here. Tange! I'm sorry that you can't work triple shifts. Here, have a flower and feel better. I hope you find it useful. Maybe that will make her day. I don't like it when she pouts. Look at these two, they're so cute. I cannot stop marveling over how cute they are. Be happy, Tammy. Yes, they're absolute favorites. I need Tammy to just be a happy, happy girl. Oh, hi. You look high and low for Cal, but you can't find him anywhere. You're about to give up when you hear a curious sound from the gardening shed, followed by the trill of Tammy's laughter. You knock on the door that's been left slightly ajar, just in time to see Cal jump away from Tammy, who's seated on the work table. Tammy giggles nervously and smooths down her skirts, and Cal rubs the back of his neck. Hey, Rin, Cal stammers. I was just showing Tammy, this. He picks up one of the gardening tools and brandishes it at you. Tammy goes red and tugs her ear. Mm-hmm. Sure, Cal. Sure. You appreciate me? No, I appreciate you, Plague. Nami is doodling in their sketchbook, but looks up with a big smile as you approach. They turn off their hear speak. Hi, what you doing? Me? I'm just practicing drawing hands. It's really hard. Like, all the tutorials say that everything is just made up of shapes, but I don't get it. They extend their hand to you, fingers outstretched. How's this made up of a prism and 5 cylinders? It bends! Silly. You like... Right. I'm gonna give you this. Yeah, she likes them. It's cute. Alright, how are we doing on friendships here? Not good enough, but here we are. Okay, we got persuasion up a bit. We could go for more combat or toughness. But I need to get presents. Collectibles. So we're gonna do that. As much as I would love to survey the ridge again, and apparently I missed a collectible somehow. I really need to forage in the valley for the collectibles that are edibles. So we're gonna go forage in the valley and get all the things. I think your Nami voice is your best one, honestly. I know, right? It's really fun. I really like it. It's one of the most fun voices that I have. And I don't even use all the voices that I am currently capable of because, primarily because I'm using Lyra's voice, elsewhere. Well, he's got an event, but I am here to pick up all of the collectibles, so... Oh, that's right, I have perks that make the collectibles respawn, so it's possible that I didn't miss any collectible the last time I was in the ridges, it's just that something respawned. That's kind of a collectible. Utopia wants to have a word. Hey, pick that up, Rin. Do not start with me, girly. Boily. He, him, they, them, she, her. Any, all. Other side. I'll be alright with you, Utopia, it's fine. I am pretty close to needing to reduce my stress. Actually. Flower. No other flower. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Okay, I think I've got all the collectibles. I need to go talk to Sim. I need to go talk to Utopia. I will do the boss event. I might do this egg event as well. Because I think that might give me an extra collectible. And I need more eggs. Yeah. I will get to it. You were enjoying a relatively uneventful second son of... Ugh. Why, brain, did you stop processing words? You've had your coffee, please focus. Alright, let's try this again. You're enjoying a relatively uneventful second son of taking readings for one of Utopia's geological surveys when... The world shifts in an unnatural axis as Sim comes crashing seemingly out of thin air, grappling with a skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out! He calls to you, though it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet you, and it's all you can do to close your eyes and protect your head. To make matters worse, in the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment you just finished setting up. Utopia's gonna be so upset. What the heck was that? You yell at Sim, who just shrugs helplessly while he holds the skyfish at bay. It's a whole damn mess. What's he doing bare-knuckle boxing with skyfish? Honestly. Yes, my brain is a dummy sometimes. I have dummy moments. It's terrible. The skyfish flops around pitifully, then springs back into the sky and flies away, trilling in distress. It didn't even look dangerous, really. Rin. Sim croaks and you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound in his chest where one of the skyfish's spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. It's the kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 2020. Holy shit, are you gonna be okay? He waves his hand dismissively with the hand that's not holding his ding-dang chest together. 'Tis but a flesh wound, he says, then smiles. Did I say it right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. He coughs. He and I are similarly difficult to kill completely. He grins. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always there at exactly the right time to save you? At night, when I'm asleep, he corrects himself, I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen. Or at least that could happen. A visit from another gardener? Holy shit, he's watched Quest for the Holy Grail? What a legend! My dreams aren't always true, Sim says, wincing as he applies pressure to the wound. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. He smiles weakly. But always in the center, there's you. Ah, Sim shares your memories in some way, and yes, he's like Python. And yes, he likes Python. I mean, who doesn't? I actually know who doesn't. I've met people who are like, Monty Python, no thank you. Or, I don't get why everyone thinks it's so funny. Is generally the common thing. Hello, we've maxed out relationship with him? Hello. When did this fucking happen? Probably because I'm the chosen one. I can see the future too, or you're at the center of my web too. Hey, hey. I am not technically with anyone yet, so... Shall we try it? Do we flirt? Chat, do we flirt? I mean, you know I want to. You know I'm gonna, but do we? I'll let you have an opinion. Plague Doctor, I have heard from reliable sources in chat that you can have both. Because Dis is the one who gave him his threads. Just saying. Sort of. You need to show no interest in Dis until after you get Sim. Well, I'm fucked there, but, like, I don't think I'll get them this run, but apparently it is possible. You're at the center of my web, too. Sim coughs. I'm flattered, Sugarbug. I didn't know you thought of me that way. I can't tell you how this future site works, Sim continues. To be honest, I don't even know. But if you're curious... He's clearly grappling with something and not just the sluggishly bleeding wound in his chest. His voice drops. You might look for answers under the light of the wormhole in glow, he confesses. You press him for more, but he begs you simply leave him be to handle his injury in peace. You jerk! I probably won't get it this run, but yes, that has been spoilered. So Plague, you have a quest for the game for your own self, where you can have both. So if you want fun times with Dis, chase him now! You come up on Sim practicing something that looks like yoga. Oh, we've seen this one. I brought you something. Let's see here. Let's give him a blobber fruit. And he enjoyed it and then just gave it back because that's how he rolls. Can you help me calm down? Since you're the one who stressed me out in the first place? Dang it, 91 stress. I was hoping I would get, like, 2 events and now I can only get, like, 1. Do I do the boss event or do I do Utopia? I won't be able to do this one. I can do 1. I don't have enough stress for any more than 1. We may be doing de-stressification next month. What do we think? I suppose I should just do the boss event. The Valley of Vertigo spans a huge and relatively safe area, so it's rare to see other foragers out here. It's surprising, then, to come across Utopia and 2 other foragers crouching in the underbrush. Psst, Rin! Utopia hisses, beckoning you over. Get over here! You slink over to the other foragers. Through a gap in the underbrush, you spot a terrific sight. A fully grown manticore has fallen into a nest of at least 20 snap bladders, and they're engaged in what looks like a battle to the death. I've got 10 kudos on that snap bladders, she says. I fell into a nest once. I was laid up in the medbay for a week. Poor manticore. Poor manticore, one of the other foragers says. What a way to go. The last forager snorts. Those snap bladders don't have a chance. I'll take 10 on the manticore. The manticore roars in pain as it's torn apart by the whip-fast, hungry snap bladders. Do we bet on the manticore, or do we bet on the snap bladders? Or do we help the manticore because it's an animals challenge? Not that we need it. Place your bets now. Do we bet that the manticore can smash all the snap bladders, or do we think the snap bladders have the manticore in their deadly snapping grip? What do we think? We are watching the cycle of life on Vertumna. Do we bet on it? Or do we help? Mr. Scrake, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I'd be looking to help, but I'm not sure it'll go well for anyone. I mean, it's just a normal challenge. I will totally do fine. Get that cash with the snap ladders. This is just nature, baby. I mean, if we help the Manicore, we can go tell Cal that we helped the Manicore and he'll love us for it. But, I mean, he's already in love with Tammy, so it's not like we'd get Cal. If we take bets on one or the other, I don't know what the mechanics are behind this. It's probably, like, variable roll in the background, and I'll either win or lose. I don't really need the animal's skill, but I'm a softie. I'm gonna help the Manicore. I know. I'm the worst. Oh no, I don't want anything to become a 2. But I will give +3 to that card for an opening round of 17. Hell yeah. Let's see here. This card becomes a 5. Not bad, not bad. Next. Seven. Super gold without really even trying. Can even do better. Do I mind if you whisper a meme video of Star Wars? I find it freaking funny. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. You can whisper me, Mr. Scrake. Either here or on Steam, because we are Steam friends, but I won't respond for a bit. Till afterwards. Let's see what happens. Not that I needed the animal skill. Ah, nice. Utopia tries to stop you as you burst through the underbrush, dedicating yourself to being the best distraction your weak, fragile human body can be. Enough of the snap bladders turn their focus on you that the Manicore is easily able to pick the others off. Crunch, munch, snap. Off go enough heads in the Manicore's powerful jaws that the survivors cut their losses, disappearing back into their burrow. Now you find yourself face to face with the Manicore, Rotumna's perfect murder machine. It looks at you quizzically. You look back. You feel a weird connection to this creature. Suddenly, Manticore roars, lunging at you, lashing its great mane. Wisely, you scream in terror and get the hell away. Luckily, the Manicore is too wounded to bother chasing you. You and the other foragers make it away without injury. Oh, I have just enough to go do the Utopia thing. Shit, I'm doing it. Wow. No, that's not a collectible. Okay, we're gonna go find out what this is. Thank you, Mr. Scrake. The paths are narrow and in constant need of repair. There's a team working here, trying to repair where one of the jelly arches has collapsed and covered the path in 30 centimeters of sticky goop. Utopia waves you over. Hey, Rin, can you give us a hand? We can't get vehicles through here until this is cleared, and it's gonna take all day. You might have a better plan. Yeah, I have a better plan, using biology. Cool. Aw, it's locked. I mean, it means that this card will be here every round, so it's gonna become a 4, which is fine. Well, we can do this. And actually, we can even do this. Oh, no. We'll do this instead. Yeah. It's not a great opening round, because this is a 0, and I can't make it better, but that's okay. That's okay. next round. All right. Where do I want to go here? This is a 5. This is a 5. None of these are gem cards. Cannot make this a 5 because it's locked and I can't move it. So I guess we'll just go for the flush here. Maybe not that one. Maybe we'll do this instead. Awkward, but it is what it is. I could potentially max out biology, yes. Alright, here we go. This is now a 4. So we have a straight and a pair and a flush 5, and it's all very, very good. These two work very well in conjunction. Okay. Well, we win. I mean, we super gold that by doubling it, so... That was fun. Oh yeah, you've seen this stuff desiccate. Yeah, desiccate and load humidity, like in dust. You throw powdered desiccant over it and let the physics do its work. It's easier to plow through a bunch of plumped up granules of desiccant gel than it is to shovel all the slimy muck. You save a few hours. But then you're too worn out and try to continue. So you have to go home now. We stressed ourselves out for the first time in a while. But we got more biology out of that, so... You're getting ready to leave your quarters one day when you're stopped by your mom, who hasn't left for work yet. She's always been an early riser, out in the fields before the first sunrise. That she specifically stayed home to talk to you is a bad sign. Sit down, Rin, she says. We have to talk. Okay. You sit down across from your mother. She stares you down, just looking, right into your soul, like she's counting up every bad thing you've ever done. I don't think you appreciate how much I know about you, she says finally. With the amount of freedom you kids have, you forget that you're being watched. I don't like what I'm seeing. And your attitude, she spits, is absolutely atrocious. I know you're a teenager and you're supposed to push boundaries, but this is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. No, you're ridiculous, Mom? Or, you know, I saved your life once? Or do we just stay silent and take the everything? What do we do, guys? I mean, it's just because our rebellion is at 80 that we're having this conversation at all. I don't really want to fight with Mom. But it looks like we're fighting with Mom today, so use number 2. It won't make sense to her and you didn't do it to get a favor. Stay silent and live through it. Don't use number 2? Okay. I mean, if we mumble it, she may not hear it. She doesn't have Tammy or Tonan's ears, after all. Ad break in about a minute, guys. Just for those it's relevant to. She bangs her fist on the table for emphasis. This isn't some Hollywood high school drama, Rin. This is real life. This is life or death. Do you get what I'm saying? We're the only humans here. If we don't fight for our survival with everything we have, there won't be another colony ship falling out of the sky to save us. You have to learn how to fit in, she says, quieter. You're a part of a larger community, an ecosystem. You're supposed to be learning that, but you're running out of time. Soon you'll be an adult and people will need to rely on you. Not a spoiler, but there's an achievement for saying crazy things enough that people think you're deluded. I was pretty sure that there is, just because they have those options. The word rum and death should mean one and the same to you. You're funny. Who says I'm not reliable? I'm about ready to argue with this woman. And I love this woman. Like, I love Mom. I love our mom. She's amazing. She's wonderful, but she is being ridiculous too. Raptor, welcome in. You're about to beat Vase up? Nice. Nice. Oh, shut up, Mom. Your mom shakes her head. I don't know why I expected better from you, Rin. You haven't given me any reason to. You don't know what it's like to be me. Your mom's gaze goes somber and distant. You're right, she says evenly. I don't. When I was just a little older than you are now, I was fighting a war against the people of Earth. First, they ignored us. Then they mocked us. Then they attacked us. She pats her prosthetic leg. And then we won. Also, we could give you the chance to grow up here. Don't disrespect me by wasting it. You're not going to come out ahead in this conversation. You stand up abruptly, mutter something about having to get to class, and storm out. I did not want to have that argument with her, but at the same time, Flulu's experience and our experience have been drastically different. So to some extent, that conversation is us talking past each other. She's not wrong that this is a chance to break away from all the terrible things that she experienced trying to get here. But at the same time, expecting her child, her any-all child, to conform to her expectations and not understand that Rin is their own person who will make choices that she may or may not agree with is, I want to say, the parental fallacy, if that makes sense. I'm a reincarnating time traveler who's currently pretty good friends with a sapient alien, and I'm making sure that you lot don't all die. I've done things you can't imagine. Like, exactly. No one's gonna believe that, but that is still the truth of the matter. Like, we saved her life. We saved our dad's life. We have saved Tammy's dad. We've saved Tammy's life. We have consistently gone above and beyond and somehow survived impossible odds over and over and over again, consistently. And from an outsider's perspective, it makes us look like we are very flaky and unreliable because we already know the outcome, or at least a possible outcome, or even a couple thousand outcomes. We already know more than we should know. We've already done this, and we're trying to avoid a bad end. We are, to some extent, Groundhog Day'd. It's not a day. It's more like Groundhog teenage years. But at the same time, like, we are trying our best to do things that if our mom was thrown in the same situation, she might be overwhelmed by. but we somehow have figured it out to some extent. So yeah, she doesn't see us as reliable because we keep bouncing between jobs. We haven't settled on a specialty. We're this, that, and another thing. We're hanging out with some people sometimes and other people a different time. And we are not consistent in anything that we do. And yet, she doesn't see how we are helping the whole time because she's busy in hydroponics. She's busy in the geoponics. She's busy in the field. She's everywhere but seeing what we're actually consistently doing. So she's fighting with us not to try and understand our point of view or get on the same page or come to some consensus together, some contract or negotiation together about how we can get along. She's just like, I know what's best because I'm your parent, and I don't like what I see. And I don't understand what I see. Keep doing it and you start skipping through some familiar scenes. You lose connections. They stop being people and become puzzles. Things that can be manipulated in different ways to get different results. It's a pretty horrible long-term prospect. It really is. It's very easy to lose yourself in a Groundhog Day sort of manner, or in a loops sort of manner. This is actually closer to like the fan fiction story My Little Pony loops, actually. Amazing fan fiction, by the way. Just saying. Oh, another month. And we are stressed. I'm glad that you had a good day out there. It is late pollen, which means it is somebody's birthday. Tammy? Tammy. Dad, Mom and I are fighting and I'm sad about it. I need a hug, Dad. Why will you not give me a hug? I want more hugs from Dad. Thanks, Mom. I am getting big and I'm sorry that we're fighting. I'm so sorry that we're fighting. Oh geez, organizing is almost a second perk. Alright. We might have to do that then. Mars. Thanks for the clothes, Mars. Rex. I need a hug. Thanks. I feel better already. Nami! Nami is sitting off to the side all by themselves, despite that there are a few other small groups of teenagers from the Helio here. When you sit next to them, they look up from their holopalm with a startled expression. Oh, hi, Rin! They exclaim, giving you a bright smile. Hi! Oh, hi! Let me clear space for you! Take your time, Nami. Tammy. Tammy. Yes, I have some cake for you. A birthday cake, you remembered. She insists that you share it with her, but sets a large slice aside first. Cake is Cal's favorite food, she explains. So I always have to save him some. He loves cake all the time, not just on birthdays. And well, anything you can eat, really. We already knew that, Tam. Tammy, Tam. She's so cute. I can't wait for her glow up. It's gonna be so pretty. Yeah, no, I am aware. He's late dust. Okay. Hey, heads up! You barely manage to find cover as water arcs over your head. You look around and Cal waves sheepishly, a garden hose in his other hand. He's surrounded by kids who are hooting and cheering for him to turn the hose on them again. Sorry, he calls out. I guess it got away from me. Well, have some blue bobber fruit. Food! Cal grabs the fruit out of your hands, then remembers his manners. He gives you a big hug. Thanks, Rin. I'm starving. How did you know? I just had a thought. Just thought. It's just a guess, really, you know? It's not like Tammy told me. I've been thinking of changing my sleep habits, Tanj says. If I only need to sleep 8 out of every, say, 36 to 48 hours, they must be endured all at once? Imagine the efficiency of taking a 15-minute nap every 4 hours instead. Why, that's practically no time at all. Oh, Tanj. Alright, time to go organizing. Got something for you. You're a hero, Nem says, taking the egg. I'm starving. I'm gonna get the kitchens to cook this up right away. Yeah, I know. Oh shit, her birthday is next month. Shouldn't have given it to her until next month. Oh well, we'll see if I can do it again. Go away. I'm nice to you once a year. If that. Alright, I need to chill. We're gonna go hang out in the park. Fuck. You're pulling weeds in the garden when you hear raised voices coming from the barn. Stox' barn. Uh-oh. Cal is standing in front of the doors, blocking Vase from entering. You mean I can't go in there? Vase spits. But this colony... What? This colony is top secret clearance now? You just can't, okay? Cal sputters. Vase tries to get around him, but Cal wedges himself between Vase and the door again. Why do you even need to, anyway? Vase shoves Cal hard. I'm on patrol, Nullhead. I don't give a shit about what's in the barn, but all of a sudden I care a lot about why you don't want me in there. Cal shoots you a look of pure fear. Socks must be out of her box. What do you do? Well, we could convince Vase that the barn isn't safe, which I think will have worse problems. We could slip around back and let Socks out, which means that we save Socks, and he can go check out the barn, and it's just a boring barn. Socks hopefully trusts us enough. Slippy like a bibby. Vase obviously does not trust us because we are not friends with him. Poor Cal. Hell yeah. You sneak around to the other side of the barn and unlatch the window. Socks raises her head at the strange sound, and then you beckon her to make a break for it. Socks shoots past you. Oh, she's huge, and you're buffeted as she pulls her long body out through the window and clatters up the side of the barn to the roof. You panic. Somebody's going to see her. But I have the animals for this, so no, Socks, come down and hide. You whisper and gesture to the shelter of the barn wall. She tilts her head at you and crawls back down the wall, sticking easily to it with her feet. There must be 10 pairs of them now, at least. Socks curls up beside you, her great big dinosaur head in your lap. Through the window, you hear the sound of Vase searching the barn. You hold your finger to your lips in a shushing motion at Socks. You hope she understands. After a few tense minutes, you hear the barn door close and the sound of Vase's boots crunching down the garden path. Socks slithers her great body through the window again, and you go around front to meet Cal. Cal closes the barn door and heaves a sigh of relief. That was close, he mutters, wiping his forehead. Ugh, did you know you can still sweat stress even if you're always the right temperature? Interesting. He leans his back against the door. It's getting harder to keep Socks a secret, he admits. There are so many people here now, and she looks like that. Socks curls up and rests her great big head on Cal's lap, looking at him with an adoring expression. He rubs her nose and scritches behind her frill. When you saw the wild dilly pillar eating those rocks, what did it look like? He asks. You tell Cal what you remember of the great beast, that even from a distance you could tell it was at least as long as the whole colony wall, and that it ate boulders like soy sweets. Back when Socks was a baby caterpillar, you almost didn't recognize them as the same species, but looking at her now, You know that she's got the blood of dragons in her. Cal bites his lip. I was afraid you'd say that, he says softly. What are we gonna do? I like both of these cards. I don't want to specifically forget either of them. Yeah, I'll just keep them both. It's fine. I still don't see why... I still don't see why he just doesn't register Socks as a pet a while ago. Oh, well. Now he asks. He's not gonna like the answer. We're gonna make Socks a real gamer that could beat the shit out of Ace. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't register Socks as a pet because Socks eats their food. I mean, he also eats rocks that we don't really have a use for, but he eats plants. Socks eats food. I don't know if Socks is a he or she. Probably both. Probably neither. Doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is that Socks is a drain on the food situation. My much smaller pets are much less of a drain on the food situation than Socks is. But mostly I think he's just afraid of what our mom will say, since we're not on good terms with Mom anyway. You know. Rin, it's good you're here, your mom calls out to you. I could use your help getting these crops harvested before the rainy season. There's a lot of work to do if you got some time. Yes, Mom. Your dad starts awkwardly. So here's a weird question. Someone told you about the birds and the bees, right? At your blank look, he goes pink across the bridge of his nose. You know, he makes a complicated gesture with his fingers. Pollination? How little tomato heads are made? Appalled, you quickly nod. He lets out a sigh of relief. Oh, good, he says. I wasn't looking forward to that one. Socks used to be much smaller. Nobody would have known how big she'd grow back then. You should have done so when she was still a handful. I know, Trav, but like, it's Cal. You want the real drain? Me. I'm draining the colony food, but I'm already dead. I died during Glow Year 1. Somehow my corpse is still stealing food. Don't question it. Oh no, Raptor. Oh no. Ah, Cal and Tammy sitting in a tree. Kissing. Hey, I found something you might like. No. We're gonna go buy this man's a cake. He deserves it this time. He deserves it this time. Cake me, please. Thank you. Fantastic. I'll talk to you in a moment, Mars. I gotta go give a birthday boy a birthday cake. $71. Cal's eyes go wide. Wow, Rin, this is my favorite thing in the whole planet. He makes grabby hands at the cake and takes a big huff of the pleasant sugary smell as his eyes slip closed in sheer pleasure. Wow, Rin, he breathes. You really are the best of the best. Here, you have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all your worries melt away with it. Cal's such a sweetheart. Stick! Soldiers are a bunch of assholes, Dis mutters, wrapping his arms around himself. All they want to do out there is shoot things and tear up the plants. It's awful, and they're just making it worse. I'm already maxed out with you. I don't have to give you anything. I know. I'm a terrible person. I know. Thought I saw something. I'm just seeing things. It's okay. I'm just delusional. It's fine. Yeah, Rex showed me some videos of humans pretending to make babies some time ago. Don't ask him about it. He'll deny it. But yeah, I know how they do it, and I never knew it could be so flexible. Oh, Trav, you're terrible. Mars is scrolling through the colony message board on her holopalm. Rin, do you think that's set up? She asks. There's like this whole thread on the colony board about how I'm conceited and think I'm so much better than everyone else. She continues scrolling. If I felt shame, that would really hurt. Have a pretty flower. Crazy girl. Rex! Rex is playing a game where he throws a ball up in the air as high as he can and tries to catch it. Oh, we've read this one. Never mind. I got you a present. Have a stick. Yep. I'm gonna help you build your bar, but you have to give me hugs in return. Aw, yeah. Oh. Relationship threshold. Let's go. The besties. You follow the sound of laughter and find Nami Nami and Rex playing catch. Or maybe the word for the game they're playing is more like fetch. Nami throws the ball as far as they can and Rex tears after it, climbing and leaping over anything in his way, like it's not even there. Rex hands the ball back to Nami, and Nami winds up to throw it again, but at the last second they palm the ball and hide it under their arm. Rex barrels off away from Nami with his ground-eating stride and gets pretty far away before he stops and looks around confused. He looks back at Nami, who waggles the ball at him and bursts out laughing. Nami! He shouts, running back to them. He picks them up and hauls them over his shoulder, and Nami shrieks with delight as Rex spins them around. Two Helio kids in their crisp uniforms pass by, glaring archly at Nami and Rex. You are indeed terrible, yes. All of these people say that I think I'm so much better than they are, but I'm above petty things like that. I know. She just proves her point every time, Trav. Rex sets Nami down and then spots you over Nami's shoulder. Way, hey, it's Rin, he says, and Nami turns around and gives you a stunningly bright smile. Rex slings his arm over Nami and Nami lays their head on his shoulder. They're both breathless and beaming with happiness. Did I miss something? Are you two dating? Rex and Nami look at each other and make twin sounds of disgust. What? No, not at all, Rex exclaims. Nami's practically my sibling. He tightens his grip around Nami's shoulders. I mean, I love them. I really do, but not like that. Nami sticks their tongue out. I don't like anyone like that, they add. But I love Rex too. He's my best friend. Aw, buddy, Rex coos and wraps his whole body around Nami's smaller one. He kisses them noisily on the cheek, snuffling into their hair, while Nami shrieks with laughter again. We were always the odd ones out on the heliopause, Rex says. People thought we were weird, you know? You probably don't see it because everybody's so awesome here, but compared to the rest of those smug, boring jerks, we really stuck out. But I'd rather be different than be like them. He looks down at Nami, who beams up at him. And I got to be different with my best friend, which was awesome. We just hung out together and had our own fun while everyone else trained to be proper little soldiers. Right, Nami? Nami frowns. Like Vase and all of his cronies, they say quietly. It wasn't all fun and games. Rex shushes Nami and strokes his hand through their hair. I know, he says, but that's in the past. We don't have to grow up to be soldiers. We're here now, and there's so many more people to be friends with. He shoots you a smile. Like Rin. Oh no, I have a flirt option. That's cool that you were showing your dad stuff, Plague. I hope your dad appreciated the efforts. They really would be good together. We should encourage that. Well, they're besties. I mean, Nami is a they-them ace arrow. Like, they're not just they-them, they're they-them ace arrow. So, Nami's not interested in any of it, but Rex is... well, he's into everybody. We had a quick conversation about music, and in return for showing me Beastie Boys, even though I've already heard of them, I showed him some Tyler, the Creator. Beastie Boys are a vibe, that's for sure. Don't bet on it. Nami's not quite that simple. Well, then they may be Demi. Demi. But they just stated they aren't interested in anyone that way, so... they're either Arrow or they're Demi, and which is absolutely fabulous, honestly. I mean, Nami's a little too pink for me, but, you know. I'm a flirt. I can't. I'm flirting. Sorry, Nami. I'm sorry. Nami grimaces and makes a yuck noise into Rex's shoulder, but Rex's smile gets even bigger. Well, I wouldn't say no. Yeah. Yeah, I expected that, actually. That was 100% on brand. Nami is mid-dust, so we're... Can't give her a present today, but we can tomorrow. Nami has 3 hollow screens in front of them, all displaying different homework assignments. I have so much to do! They whine, squishing their cheeks in despair. This would go so much faster if I was smart like Tangent. Maybe it's okay to take a break. Just a little one. Yeah, well, you know, maybe you should have started it earlier. Cal is leaning against the doorway of the lounge, chatting with Tammy. They are holding hands, and they look up as you approach. Oh, hello, Rin, Tammy says, smiling warmly. Cal tucks a lock of cotton candy pink hair behind her ear. How are you? They're so cute. Have a flower. I know, they're your absolute favorite. 73 friendship with her, and a 71 friendship with Cal, which is actually pretty stellar. I love it. Tange is just sitting outside the laboratory, her eyes closed and her head swaying to music only she can hear. You tap her on the shoulder and she jumps. Oh, Rin, she says, gesturing to turn off her hairspeak. I was simply taking a mental break. The brain may not be a muscle, but it does need rest like one. Indeed, indeed. Have a flower. Yep, I hope you find it useful. You're welcome. Oh, hey, relationship. Event, go. You're just smart in a different way, dear. Also, how dare you procrastinate? You procrastinating is a vibe. It's a fine art, and I won't stand by and let you disgrace it. I am quite, talented at procrastination. I actually am a consummate procrastinator. One could almost say a master. You spot Tange sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. What are you doing out here, Tange? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours they will allow me to work in the lab, she says. I'm taking a break, she says, making air quotes around the sentence. Maybe they're right? Yeah. She does not agree. Tange scowls and takes a huge bite of her protein bar, radiating defiance as she chews. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger, she says, and takes a huge swig of water. She scoffs. I'm smarter than any 2 of them combined. Ugh! Tange groans and rubs her bloodshot eyes. I just want to work, you know? It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feeling like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery, and then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does, Tange mutters. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. There are many steps of procrastinating. 1. Say, this time I'm actually going to do it instead of waiting around so long and getting stressed. 2. Wait till it's like 36 hours till you need to turn said thing in or do said important activity. 3. Panic and decide you need to get on it immediately. 4. Wait another 16 hours. Yeah. Procrastination, man. It's a trip. Tange slides off the boulder and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumpling to the ground. Oh, she grits out, leaning over while the dizziness passes. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than a real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. She trails off, realizing she's clutching your jacket, and pushes you away. My apologies, she says, brushing herself off. I am, regrettably it seems, only human. Tanj scrubs her hands over her face. Ugh, sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own body, like I can feel myself trapped in it, the stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses, stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life, and... Her voice breaks. 5. Say fuck it and crawl into bed. Tanj takes a few seconds to compose herself, blotting her eyes daintily with her knuckles. It's just this resentment for my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little, and Instance used to use the gene tech to give me this body. The right body. Only, this body's wrong too, she adds quietly. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. I'm liking number 5. 6. Wake up 4 hours later in a cold sweat without getting any meaningful rest and get to work. Yep. If I were an AI, everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this. Tanj sniffles. I hate feeling like this. Hey, I'm always here to listen, Tanj. And look, we're back. Tangent manages a watery smile as she wipes her eyes. Thanks, she says. I apologize for being all wet on you. It won't happen again. But we upgraded Tangent's focus. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds. Her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work, as if nothing has happened. You admire Tangent's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. 7. Actually get started in a panic without drinking water or eating anything, just powering through until you reach 5 hours before you turn it in. 8. Have massive headaches and body shakes from low blood sugar. Yep, the ongoing craziness. It's your birthday. Nem breaks off from her squad and greets you with a nod. Hey, what's up, Rin? Happy birthday. Cool, thanks. I guess it is my birthday this week. I kind of forgot. Need more eggs. Hi, jackass. Nope, I'm leaving. Go away. Gave it to him anyway. Okay. Valley has no collectibles left. The Ridge does, but doesn't get Xeno eggs. I think the Plains has Xeno eggs, as well as that. I'm close to a second perk in organizing as well. Checking something. I could try to do biology and organizing. This gives empathy, but I don't need the animals. This is toughness. Nine, enter the zone where your body is being held together by pure adrenaline and spite, covered in sweat, and spend the next 5 hours in complete pain until step 10. 10, actually complete the goal at a low par level that is only enough to barely pass and promise you will do next time. Do better next time. You won't. And that's the 10-step guide to procrastinating. Secret step 11, do it all again. It's important you actually do the tasks you set out for. If you don't, it's not procrastinating, it's just doing something else. Yes, I did change what you actually said, Plague Doctor Man. Going to the depot again. The back storerooms have been a mess since you started working in the depot, but now they're an absolute quagmire. Ever since the heliopause landed, they combined the warehouses from both ships in a hurry. Your storeroom has been overflowing. Nobody can find anything in there. Mars refuses to set foot in there anymore, so you guess it's up to you. The worst part is the Helio and the Strato use different barcode systems. You'll have to input everything by hand and come up with a way of organizing them into grouping that makes sense. At least it's all in your holopalm, and you have lift bots to help physically move the boxes. You can organize it all by moving icons around your screen, just like a holopalm game. Alright, it's gonna be hard. Let's do it. This becomes a 4. Awesome. 15 isn't bad. Next. Okay. Pair of 4s, pair of 5s. Not bad. Not bad. Alright. Still 1. That was actually really good. Nice. But yeah, that's a pretty good guide, I'd say, for beginners at procrastinating. I actually think that you have to be wired a particular way to be good at procrastinating, because procrastination isn't laziness. That is to say that laziness doesn't actually exist. No one is actually lazy. You're just it's a learned avoidance behavior. That's what laziness is a learned avoidance behavior. You are avoiding or procrastinating doing something you don't want to do, that your brain refuses to be motivated to do no matter what you do. So it's actually more of an executive dysfunction issue. People who don't have executive dysfunction issues don't tend to procrastinate. Huh. It's just an observation I've had. You start organizing. Green things over here, round things over there, things with stripes over here. Wait, where does the sports ball go? It's got all 3. Should you start a sporting goods section? At the end of the week, the storeroom is spotless. Everything has a perfect place. There's even space to walk. Seek and Mars take in the majesty of your hard work. You've done remarkably well considering the state it started in, Seek says. They punch something on their holopalm. This deserves a raise. Nice. Even Mars is impressed. Wow, she says. I don't know where everything is, but I feel like I understand how to find it. How does she do that? Seek gives her a strange look and she just shrugs. What? Sometimes it's cool to put in a little extra effort, even if it is just some dumb boxes. We are so victorious we don't have to do the thing again. Didn't quite get me what I was hoping, but that's okay. It wasn't super gold, so... Well, I do it all the time, and I'm pretty damn dysfunctional. You just gotta... One of the best damn blues in the game for a blue deck, of course. I mean, it's a really good card, even for the finite amount of blues I have. actually, because most of my blues are very low. So this actually is great for when I have mostly blues. Broccoli! Welcome in. Hello, hello. It's Vertumnilia! Everyone's in high spirits as you decorate the colony square. The great tables are piled high with food, groaning under the weight of heaps of roasted and steamed vegetables, barbecued meat, stews, carafes of mulled cider, and cakes dripping with frosting and sugar bug syrup. You gather in the colony square for the usual speeches. Lum takes the stage with fanfare and applause. "Hello, people of Vertumna," he exclaims over the din. "Happy Vertumnilia." He takes a big theatrical breath. "Do you smell that? That's the smell of victory. We humans have secured our hold on this planet, and now it's time to celebrate." Lum gestures to the sagging feast tables. "Eat, drink, and be merry." The crowd cheers again. After the council members each give their annual reports, everyone starts clearing the square to set up for the Vertumnilia Games. You feel the pulse of a new holo message on your palm and open it up to read. "Happy Vertumnilia. There's a present on the table. XOXO, your secret admirer." You rush over to the feast table and spot a wrapped present in amongst the roasted vegetables. "Wow, you have a secret admirer?" Who could it be? Who could it be? I wonder. You unwrap your present. It's a data band. You snap it on your wrist and boot it up on your holopalm. It's full of all your favorite songs, videos, shows, and games, a collection curated by someone who must really know you. Now, you'll always have your media with you, even if the net goes down, including all your favorite episodes of The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon. Nice! You search the holopalm for any hint as to who could have made it. You can't find anything. You'll have to ask around, but later. The games are about to begin. You assemble with the other kids for the annual games, but what do you choose this year? The only thing we are not capable of is the trivia. But we did the talent show twice, and we've done... Where is it? We've done the Botathlon, which isn't a thing anymore, as well as Bake Off Champion, which is a flush wild. So we can't do the mental one because we don't have the reasoning for it, but we could go back to the talent show, or we could go try Xeno wrangling this year. What do we want? What do we want? I'm guessing Dis, since I doubt Sim would do that, but not certain. He does do some weird tech stuff. Would wrestling be physical red? Yes. So this is, we will get a red physical card. This is, we will get a yellow social card. This is, we will get a blue mental card. And the Bake Off is apparently a color wild card. As I understand it, can be anyone depending on your relationships and flirts, I guess. I mean, it could be Rex. But I doubt it. I don't think we're high enough with Rex. Could be Mars. We flirted with Mars. We have flirted with Nem at least once. We mostly have flirted with Dis. Cal and Tammy, probably not because they're in with each other. Nami, definitely not. Vase, definitely not. But Sim's friendship is high and we flirted, so... Bake Off is my go-to, so I want to see others. I understand it's highest relationship, unless you flirted with someone, in which case it's highest rated flirt. I believe it's deterministic, not random, which means it's probably Dis. Just saying. Well, if you always go for the bake-off, the talent show we've seen before in this run-through, so I'm going to do Xeno wrestling, or Xeno wrangling, because I haven't actually done the wrangling after it changed to wrangling over the Botathon, because Calm died, so we're going to do this. It does mean friendship with Nem, not And asshole. We're up to a 7 now. Depressing. 80! Nem and Vase are your competitors this year. They've both been training hard. It can't be any harder than wrestling you, Vase says, and Nem goes red, punches him in the arm. The people watching gasp as the animals brought out from the pens. It's a unisaur, and a starving one from the looks of it. It growls and snaps its teeth at its handlers. Full unisaurs are docile creatures. Hungry unisaurs are mindless rage machines. They eat like snakes, swallowing large prey whole and using their inner mouths to rip it up. This one is hungry enough to swallow you whole, if it catches you. Luckily, this one looks so hungry that it's weaker than usual to give competitors a chance. This is animal cruelty, by the way. It made sense each time it happened, and I don't think Sim is an option. Yeah, pretty sure that Sim doesn't do that kind of thing, or if he did, it wouldn't be colony tech. Can you tame it as a pet? Well, let's wrangle that Xeno and find out, shall we? This card will become a physical red card. Nice. Okay. Let's do a strong opener, shall we? This is gonna seem weird. Oh, this only does to social cards. 16 for a goal, overall goal of 90 is not great. Howsoever, we could do this. 21 is better. Next. All right. Nice. Let's see. We can't get a 6 here, so we can't really do a straight. We can do a pair of 4s, though. So, if I put this here, it stops being a wild. Okay. We do not want that to happen. Although, that actually works out. And then we'll do a pair of 4s. That's pretty good. It's not enough, but it's pretty good. I'm trying to save my high count cards for the last round. Ten. 8. 7. 6. 4. Meets goal. Didn't super goal it. Wasn't trying to. Doing good. Love it, love it. Don't really want to waste 3 kudos. Yeah. Animal cruelty is in content warnings for a reason. Yes, it is. Well, there are 4 pets out there, one of which we can't get because we don't have high enough engineering. And the third one, I don't know. I could log the 4 to be a 6, but I don't care enough for super goaling this challenge. The winning is gonna be a good card, so win. Got a little bit extra combat, regardless. Lassoing the Unisaur is relatively easy, but you end up running around forever trying not to get skewered by its horn. You have to yank hard on the rope to wear it down before you can even try to ride it. But now we are a champion. There are a few moments where you realize your life is in actual danger. This Unisaur is no joke. You end up wounding the Unisaur with your clumsy attempts to wrestle it, but you didn't want to die. What were you supposed to do? After the festivities, everyone descends on the feast. You heap your plate with more food than you can eat in 3 sittings. When all the food is gone and the sunset has broken the heat of the day, people break out their instruments. Everyone dances well into the night. So now we are both popular and clear-minded. It's Mid-dust? Yeah, Nami's birthday. It's not Mars. We will... That's right. Everyone's gonna have this until we find either the right one or the wrong one. Let's go talk to Mom and Dad first. Hey, Mom. Yes, I'm taking care of myself, I promise. Even though we're fighting. I hate fighting with Mom. Dad! Funny little eggplant. Really, Dad? Come on. I'm just gonna guess correctly. You find Dis loading some equipment into an expedition's vehicle. He nods at you as you approach before going back to his work. Someone gave you a data band. It might have been Dis. I know, Broccoli, but if I get it right the first time, then I don't feel embarrassed about it. Are you my secret admirer? Dis doesn't meet your eyes. So what if I was? Don't make a big deal about it. But I like you too. Dis stops and turns towards you slowly, like he can't believe your words. What? Why? Do I attempt to smooch? Because I have a feeling that this run is going to be a Dis run, romance-wise, and only Dis. I don't think I'm going to be able to get... I have been spoiled on the fact that I don't qualify for Sim anymore, but, you know, we're going to flirt anyway, because he's hot. But yeah. Should I go in for the smooch? He doesn't believe himself to be worthy, Broccoli. He has no sense of fear. It's not a fear thing. He's just, like, boggled. Why do you like me? I am not the easiest person to get along with. This does not make sense. Does not compute. I'm gonna go in for a smooch. Yep, didn't think that would go over well, but I tried. You lean in and kiss Dis on the cheek and he jerks away. Too close, he stammers, throwing the rest of the gear into the vehicle and skittering away. Dis. Not brave enough to dare him. I'm close to it, though. So close. I could do a bravery thing. I was going for organizing, though, so we may as well finish it off. Alright, now we can talk to everyone normally. Ah, he's milking the float cows. Good for him. Rex? I just came for a hug, man. Yep, again. Mars, how's it going? Lots of people do. Did that include my opinion on the matter? No, it did not. Tammy, I just wanted to see your smiling face. Because you're alive and it's wonderful. Mommy! Nope, you sure don't have to be a soldier. And also, have a pretty crystal. Of course I remembered, Nami. We're friends. I mean, sometimes I weird you out, but we're still friends. Silly. Silly Billy. Tange gestures towards the geoponics domes. We're doing some really incredible things with genetically modified crops, she says proudly. Recumbent DNA is fascinating. We can take the genes that select for hardiness in vertumnant plants and insert them into the genome of humble terran plants with higher yields, such as potatoes. Oh, she says, closing her eyes. Or even coffee beans. I mean, I'm here for the coffee beans too. I am aware that some characters aren't into physical affection. I needed to smooch him, okay? I just needed to smooch him. He was smoochable, and I had to smooch him. Training is absolutely hard, yes. You. Bane of my existence. I challenge you! Vase suggests a classic Helio test of grit, punching each other in the stomach until one of you gives up or passes out. It builds character, he says, taping up his knuckles, his bicep glistening menacingly. Didn't Helio ever think of putting a piece of metal under their shirt, though? Clang! Vase's punch reverberates through the courtyard, and he yowls and cradles his fist. He's surprised at first, and angry at his pain, but when you pull the sheet of metal from your shirt, he bursts out laughing. I win by default, he snickers. Be such a coward, Rin. Take it like a soldier. Still, you didn't get punched in the stomach, so that's a win in your books. You a jerk. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say. Alright, let's get this organizing done. Then I will do something else. Okay, I was just phrasing that. I can't say for sure if he will like it. Yeah, no, Broccoli, I was pretty sure that he was going to probably feel the same way as Tangent about physical affection, as in, it's not for him. But I needed to give the boy smooches. Like, that was just a me thing. I probably should have picked the, well, I do option, and he would have been happier, but, you know, it's a -2, and I could easily fix that later, so I'm not worried about it. But thank you. I did understand. Let us work in the depot. Rex likes to hang out in the depot when he's not working, especially when Mars is. If you have to listen to them flirt with each other one more time, you print yourself some earplugs and try to tune them out. Hey, this one gets a +2. That's awesome. So, see, if I do this, and I do this, and I do this, heck yeah. One off. Ay, ay, ay. One off. Redonkulous. Well, I can fix that. Piece of cake. Super gold. Let's go. Organizing perk 2. And some persuasion. Nice. I don't quite have enough persuasion to get the persuasion forward job, and it's late dust, so it's Cal's birthday. I don't have cake. I should get him cake. Hello. I need new perk. Who dis? Hey, draw extra card. Nice. Buy cake. Cake is mine. I has all the cake. Throws a fruit at the math problem. Exactly, Broccoli. Exactly. I had to throw fruit at it so that it would stop being dumb. I did not click on that. I clicked on Mars. Thank you. You're looking for Mars, so you just follow the sound of arguing until you track her down outside the bridge. I can't believe how short-sighted you're all being, she fumes. Do you think we can just take this planet by force by killing everything that threatens us? It's like you've never thought about anything other than your own ego for 1 second in your stupid life. Who do you think you are? Lum roars. You'd all be dead in the ground if it weren't for me and my soldiers. We're the only thing standing between this colony and destruction. That's the problem, Mars retorts, sticking her finger in Lum's face. You only care about defense and not about growth. She gestures wildly all around her. This place is a backwater. There's nothing here worth protecting, she continues. We need to start thinking about economic and social policies that encourage growth and creativity, or all we're ever going to do is scrape by a miserable existence on this stupid fungus rock. What do you think we're doing? Lum counters. We can't grow until the enemy is defeated. There will be time for all of your... He waves a hand at Mars's extravagant outfit. Nice jewelry and fancy clothing when our work is done. He crosses his arms, looking smug. You think you can just walk in here and tell me what to do, little girl? You don't know the first thing about what it's like to run a colony. You just play pretend. At Mars's shocked look, he continues. Yeah, I know about you and your little club, Lum sneers. You're a rich little princess playing politics. You should go back to what you're good at, looking pretty. Yeah, it's not like Lum doesn't have fancy clothing too. I mean, he is wasting a chest window on his ass, but you know. We're gonna get involved. We are rebellious AF. We're gonna get involved. Hey, that's not fair. I can handle this, Rin, Mars says, gritting her teeth. At least I'm doing politics and not just jerking off with my buddies about killing things, Mars spits. If every eye in the room wasn't on her before, it sure is now. While Lum is sputtering, Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder and smirks. See? It's not so nice when other people do it, is it? Mudslinging politics is so old earth, she coos. But don't worry, I don't take your lack of class personally. Get out! Lum roars, and Mars turns on her heel and leaves command, grabbing you on the way out. Damn, girl, you got some balls. And a spine. Oh, she's sharing her clothes again. Cool. I'm coming in for another hug, Rex, because after what I just saw, I kind of need it. Not sure the neck brace is the best look for him, but he wanted such fancy materials that there just wasn't enough to fully cover his chest. You know, it just makes that area around his heart a bigger target, right? Oh yes, he was absolutely just showing Tammy a gardening tool. Mm-hmm. Yep, sure. Yep. Your favorite food on your birthday, Cal. Enjoy, my friend. Dad! Oh, he's literally losing his shirt at cards again. Mom! Dad's going shirtless again because he lost at cards. Yeah, I'm getting big. Not big enough yet, though. Jeez Louise. Yeah, they're pretty stupid, those damn soldiers. So stupid. I agree. Hey, jerk. You're a dumbass, and I hate you. I don't even read his stuff anymore. I'm just like, show up, insult him, leave. Nam lifts the bottom edge of her shirt to wipe her face. I've been training in this heat for 6 years, she says, smiling mischievously. I've got the home advantage. You sure do, girl. Dang. That's a way to put it, as you should. Cal was just discussing biology with Tammy. Yep. Just discussing. Oh, she's taking a break. A mental break. She's been kicked out of the lab again. Nami! Nami pushes their sketchbooks and things to the side and gestures for you to sit down. I'm so used to people not sitting with me because I talk so much, they say without a hint of shame. I get it. I'm just a super high energy person. Always have been since I was a kid. If I bother you, just tell me to be quiet. I don't mind. Nami, we would never. Are you kidding me? Friend. Absolutely not. Be yourself, please. I'm doing well, Tammy. How are you and Cal doing? Someday. Someday there will be babies out of those two and they are going to be so cute. I look forward. Alright, okay. We got the organizing perk. So now we need to decide what we're doing next. What we're doing next is we're going out. I'm running out of bobber fruit and eggs. Planes have all respawned. Collectibles got. One remains. I also need sticks. So I'm gonna survey the plains because we were in the valley last time. Oh, hey, Nami. When you report for surveying duty, Nami is here. It's their first day as a surveyor. They smile widely when they see you, smiling exuberantly. Oh, you two know each other already, Utopia says, looking up to you then Nami. That'll make this easier. Rin, I'd like you to keep an eye on Nami while you're out here, Utopia continues. I'm gonna assign you to the same regions for the next little while. Just make sure they don't wander into a nest of snap bladders, okay? Yay, hooray! Nami cheers and gives you a high five. As Utopia explains to Nami and some other new Helio surveyors about the surveying tools, Nami starts to get bored and wanders a little away from the group. You see it happening, but are powerless to stop them from tripping and nearly landing in a nest of Hopeye eggs. They're just about to crash into the delicate spun glass cocoon when Utopia materializes as if out of nowhere and scruffs them by the back of their collar. Nami, pay attention! Nami giggles like they don't even realize the danger of being stampeded by the upset Hopeyes beginning to gather round. Utopia ushers them back to the group before things can get tramply. Nami asks a million questions about the eggs. Are they edible? Do they have hard shells or soft? What is the cocoon made out of? How long till they hatch? Utopia sighs. Just get out of here, you two, she says, before the cute little varmints turn ugly. No problem, Utopia. Ooh, nothing in that slot today. What about over here? Give me the collectibles. I needs them. I wants them. I cannot be without them. Ooh, medicinal roots. Useful. You hear Nami shouting for help nearby. You sprint to the sound of distress. Nami seems to have fallen headfirst into some kind of Nami-sized flower. Is it eating them? It's engulfed Nami's upper torso, its petals pulsating as it pulls them down further. You could use your plas cutter to cut them out of there if you can figure out what part of this creature to cut without hurting Nami. Nami is struggling, and you hear muffled sounds of distress from inside. You have to try. Here we go. But it can't be. So it would have to be here. Pretty nice opening round. Okay. Six, 5, 4. Problematic 3s. Pair of 4s. That's a way to put it, as you should. I love how side characters like Utopia are also very distinct and unique. Nami tries to die to a flower on the first day outside, yep. I mean, yeah. So. Six, 5. Doesn't make it a 4. This would make it a 5. I could do this. And get, I think, double straights. I mean, it's super gold either way. Not that I need animal skill, but here we go. Not bad. Could also do a pair of 3s. Which I think are better. Alright, win. You delicately slice the lyre flower at the underside of the base of its flower, which you guess is the creature's neck. Up close, it actually looks more reptilian than plant-like. Just a little nick, and the creature coughs and convulses. Nami spills force in a flood of digestive juices. Ew, 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 yuck! My outfit! Stupid flower! Nami stomps and shakes their fist at the flower, which lurches away on a flat, snake-like body. Yep, it's gonna be that kind of run with Nami here. We get a crystal up here. A stick! Looks like Sim has things going on, but I want the stick. Any other collectible in this area? No. Alright. What's up, Sim? You think you see Sim running through the trees up ahead near the edge of a cliff. You call out to him, but your voice is drowned out by the screeching roar that shakes the forest. A manticore. You're feeling a remarkable lack of self-preservation today, so you holster your scanner and follow the noise through the trees. You find Sim fending off not 1, but 3 manticores at the edge of the cliff, his back to the fatal drop behind. He's bleeding profusely from his hairline, and his left arm hangs useless at his side. He doesn't even register your presence as he tries to calm the beasts with soothing sounds. One of the manticores knocks Sim off of his feet, and your heart lurches as a spray of stones clatter down the cliff. The beasts have him completely at their mercy. The lead manticore's delicate feet pin Sim's tattered clothing to the ground, spittle drooling from its misshapen jaws, and you watch Sim's expression twist with an emotion you've never seen in him before. Fear. Alright, let's not fuck it up. A 30 is actually pretty good for a goal of 91. I'm actually pretty happy with this one. That multitasking wild is really doing the majority of the the work there. Alright, so the 2 of the kind is happening. It's just cool. 29's not bad. 29's not bad. Especially considering how low value these cards are. This straight and the 2 of a kinds that I'm getting out of it is really doing the work. Once again, multitasking showing it is boss. Alright, a 5. This is the only gem card. Oops, wrong one. Straights get the better bonus, though. Well, it is a win. Moving on. Wild value cards are wild. I often go after one of the gears that is open with a blue skill, an ancient focus device. It makes all blue cards value wild. It's such a power spike. It is if you are not a blue deck. Like, I was definitively a blue deck. I don't remember which... I think it's reasoning 1 or 2, or maybe it's engineering 1 or 2 that allows you to buy that card from the store. I don't have it, so yeah. Somehow, using all of your strength and then more, you defeat the lead manticore. The 2 smaller ones scatter, hissing their displeasure and biting at each other. With the death of their alpha, negotiating their new pack dynamics should distract them for a while. Are you okay? Sim waves you off with the arm that doesn't hang limp at his side. I'm fine. I feel pain, but it does not control my behavior as much as it seems to in humans. Sim is barely standing upright after that battle. Truly, he wasn't much help this time, and it seems as though, despite your best efforts, his strength is fading fast. He stumbles into you, knocking you both to the ground. He lands on top of you, your legs intertwined and his weight pressing you into the dirt. Oof, he gasps. You feel every inch of his long body against yours, stirred to quickening by the adrenaline of the fight. My hero, he murmurs. His eyes fall to your lips. Engineering 2? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm too far away from it. It is his dying wish. Yep. You close the distance, pressing your lips to Sim's. He makes a sound of surprise that quickly turns to delight. And then surprise again when you hook your leg over his and gently roll on top of him, taking control of the kiss. Sim kisses with a charming innocence at first, clearly improvising his way through his first kiss, though he's quick to respond to your touch. You flick your tongue against his lips and he opens his mouth to you, allowing you to taste deeply of him as his good hand digs into your side. It's not long at all before he's responding in kind, and you're both breathing heavily into each other's mouths as you discard all sense of propriety and grind against each other in the dirt. Oh, Sim gasps as you break for breath. He sounds dazed. Is it always like that? You wouldn't know, but you nod anyway. Sim makes a hungry noise and claims your mouth again, kissing you passionately. Oh, I've wanted to do this for so long. I didn't even know you existed last life, and I still wanted to do this. Sim looks unusually bashful. I have as well, he says. Everything I have learned of love has been from researching your holographic videos, he continues quietly. I did not know that it was possible. I did not have words for this feeling. I love this planet deeply, he says. You listen intently, playing with a lock of his hair. And I love my purpose here. I love every living thing, and I take comfort in knowing our fates are inescapably intertwined. Sim places his hand over your chest. But there is no words for the feeling I have here when I see you, like an ache that pulls me to you. I envision things with you that are impossible to explain. He looks away, and you see color rise to his cheeks. Forgive my crudeness, but I know of the biological imperative of all life. Gardeners do not share this imperative, and I do not feel driven to, physicality. But with you, He bites his lip. Perhaps it is this body. Perhaps it is you. All I know is that I would very much like to kiss you again, and I would not like to stop. You are about to grant his wish when you're both startled by a crashing sound from the trees. You jolt apart in time to see one of the two remaining manticores break through the tree line and roar at you, blood and spittle spraying from its ravenous jaws. There is no sign of the other, clearly lesser, manticore. Run! Sin gasps, pulling you both to your feet. He gives you a push and you start running parallel to the cliff, trying to get some distance before it's safe to duck back into the trees. You don't hear Sim behind you. You whirl around just in time to see Sim clash with the manticore, grappling with its huge front claws as it pushes him closer to the edge of the cliff with dancer-like strength. Go! Sim yells. Rocks scatter down the cliff at his feet. Please, Rin, just go! You don't even have the chance to be a hero. The manticore takes Sim's neck in its jaws and he screams in pain. Ouch. Ouch. Fuck. How Wei Wuxian of him. Just saying. For those who know, you know. Whoops, well that's him gone. Better luck next life. Look, I didn't know he was gonna die. He's not supposed to die. I was right here. I should have helped. Sim locks eyes with you once more as time slows to a crawl, then speeds up as he grabs a hold of the manticore and launches himself backwards off the cliff. They're gone before you can scream. You rush to the edge too late to catch even his trailing, tattered coat. It's a long way down, and the wind buffets your face viciously. You try to blink away the image of their bodies falling through the air, now seared into your memory. Gosh, how Wei Wuxian of him and how Lan Wangji of us. That's just unfair. Un-effing fair. You turn away from the smudges at the bottom of the cliff, but you still see it. You sit down stunned and stay that way for a long time. How can he be gone just like that? Dead. Yeah, I know, Broccoli. We didn't know it would happen, so we didn't have the option to save him, but next time. Next time. There won't be any funeral for him, the alien who would be human. It's not like you can bring his remains home to be properly recycled. It's a small comfort that at least out here, it won't be long until nature takes its course. Sim would probably have wanted that, you think. With a heavy heart, you return to the transport station. You just want to go home. Trauma, here we come. It is early wet, which makes it Mars's birthday. And Nami is now friends with us enough to have an event. Nami is camped out in the lounge, their holopad screens spread out before them like a drawing table. In another screen, there's a collection of photos of a manticore. Nami looks between the two screens, their brow furrowed in the concentration as they scribble directly onto the screen with a stylus. What are you doing, Nami?
Well,
Nami replies thoughtfully. I wanted to write and illustrate a story about aliens, like in Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform, except using the Xenos here on Vertumna, like manticores and faceless and stuff, but they can talk, and instead of attacking the colony, they help people instead. Well, that sounds cool. Thanks, Nami chirps, scribbling happily at the drawing. I got the idea from the second Turbo Girl Hyperjet OVA. You know, the one where the Medusa demon shows up and the aliens and the Turbo Girls have to band together to defeat their common enemy? I remember that part. Nami looks up at you with a start. Oh! They exclaim. That reminds me. So, I'm trying to brush up on my Xeno anatomy, and I'm totally fine with writing, but... They blow out a big breath, ruffling their bangs. I can't bend to make sure it feels right, you know? To make it go pop. And I want to make sure I'm being, sensitive about stuff. I don't know a lot. Sensitive about stuff I don't know a lot about. So I was wondering, could you help me with some of the world building? Absolutely, I'd love to. Like, I don't know why you would think otherwise. You spend an enjoyable afternoon helping Nami with their story. When you're done, they give you a big hug and thank you profusely for your help. You feel really proud of what you've accomplished. Look at that. We're helping teach the younger generations things. You just had your birthday. But I'm still gonna give you a pretty crystal because you are a pretty person. Sim is what? Dis doesn't believe you when you tell him. But I just saw him. You're lying. He can't be dead. He refuses to listen and just keeps repeating that you must be wrong. Oh shit. Oh shit. He saw Sim again? I mean, that's hopeful? Yes, Mom, I'm taking care of myself. I love you too. Hey, Dad. You spot your dad lying on the ground in the soft grass, looking up at the sky. In the rain, apparently. He zooms his hand across the field of vision like a spaceship, then looks over with a dreamy smile. Hey, kiddo, he says. Sometimes I can't believe we're back on solid ground. After 20 years in space, it still doesn't feel real. I know, Dad, right? Hey, Cal. How are you? How's Tammy? I brought you back something. I know. You're always starving, my dude. I didn't get any Xeno eggs while I was out there. Dang it. I was hoping. Rex! I got you a present. It's a stick. I thought you might like it. Also, I am in desperate need of a hug. Man, thanks. I am not having a great time here. Oh, she's recycling clothes, but here's a new accessory for your new clothes. Happy birthday, Mars. Tammy, I'm sad. Will you make me cake? Tammy looks up from her hollow palm, blushing a pretty pink. What would you say? What do you say when someone likes you? She says, biting her lip. I've known Cal literally all my life, and it's so wonderful that... She giggles and hides her face. We've known each other for 17 years, and I don't know how to talk to him now. Well, I brought you a pretty flower. Thank you so much, Ren. These are my absolute favorite, especially the yellow ones. I know. I know. Ah, you're such a cutie. A cutie patootie. Oh, hey. Bobber fruit. Nice. Give a bobber fruit, get a bobber fruit. Not allowed to do triple shifts. Poor Tange. How about a flower to make you feel better? I hope you find it useful. Tammy, you talk to Cal by walking up to him and giving him a really big kiss. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I don't know why I even click on you, dude. Look. I'm gonna give you a flower. Please be my friend. Okay. I could go back out and see if there's anything more with Sim. Actually, I think I'm going to do that because I'm too curious. I'm too curious. We were in the plains. There's still collectibles remaining. There's no collectibles here. There's only one here. And a new boss event. The boss event remains here. We've not even been here. I'm gonna go back to the plains and see if we can't find Sim again. I'm gonna be sad if I cannot find him. It is quite possible that I do not. Do not want to be that sad. He's not here. I did get the collectible here. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. I'm getting a lot of flowers. I was hoping for more fruit. Mostly flowers, though. Dang it. Or eggs. Oop, that's a crystal. Nothing down here. Stick! Stick is good. Stick is good. Root. Root is good. Boss event. But, extra stick. Sneak. Here we go. You spot an enormous, unfamiliar flower. Large, waxy petals join to form a base, brimming with goopy yellow gunk. The entire thing has a sticky, melting look. The awful smell of the juice permeates the area. It's like something died in there. I'm gonna wait and watch it. Whoa. One of the nearby bushes starts rustling. Oh, another bush bub. It approaches the plant and dips an arm into it, bringing it to its face and licking it. Then it sticks its head right in there and drinks. You try not to gag. Blech. After some long, deep gulps, the bush bub wanders away, looking slightly tipsy. You tentatively slip your hand in a little ways and feel around. Suddenly the plant contracts and sucks your arm into the elbow. You panic, expecting the sting of digestive juices, but it's just warm, gross, but oddly pleasant. There seems to be nothing else in there. You plant your feet on either side of the flower and pull your arm out with a mighty slurp. Your hand smells awful, but feels all tingly and kind of stronger. All your noise attracts a nearby bush bub. It comes scurrying out of the bush, growling and cackling at you. Oh, we can defend ourselves, I suppose. It's not going to be difficult. We'll try that. Next. Pair of 5s? Oh, right. That's a 7. We'll do that, maybe? Fine, we'll just do a straight. That'll be fine. Super gold in the second round. Whoops. Too easy. Let's see here. Got a pair of 9s. This becomes a 10. That's a 6. Cool. We win. We can do better, actually. Hold on. Got crit on PD, aka May, cause of Cosmic Slayer. Heck yeah, let's go. Go, Mr. Scrake. You are awesome. The funny creature rears up and stomps the ground intimidatingly, but by reading its body language, you realize it's just trying to move you away from the big flower. You back away slowly, talking softly to it. Good, Bushbub. You can keep your gross stink flower. It's all yours, buddy. I'm gonna go home. I got the collectibles, and Sim wasn't around, so... Dis is gonna be mad at me. Regardless. I think we're back up to maxed friendship with him, though. So... gamed that system a little bit. Mid-wet. A dumb jerk's birthday. I'm gonna give him a stick. The stick I'm gonna use to beat him later. Yeah, she's still struggling to draw hands. And I am not an artist, but I have heard that hands are very complicated to draw. Yeah, he's still mad. This, I tried to save him. I tried. I really, really did. Yep, you're right, Mom. I do have something I should be doing right now. Dad? No, I've had the birds and the bees conversation, Dad. You don't have to do it. Don't worry. They taught us that in school. Moo juice from the tap? No, I'm good, Cal, and have a great day. Hands and feet and noses. Yep, I've heard all of them are problematic. Mars is in the museum VR zone. Rex peers out from under an awning at the torrential rain. I learned my lesson from last year. If I go out in that, I'll smell like wet dog for hours and hours, he pouts. You know, anything fun we can do while we wait for the rain to stop? Yeah, we can hug. Because I need it. Desperately. Nem. Jerk. Have a medicinal root, you jerk. Yeah, we do have strange tastes. Oh no. A relationship event. We got to 20. Oh no, we got to 10. You find Vase in the garrison lounge, holding court with a small group of young soldiers listening to him tell a story about his latest expedition. He's gesturing animatedly with his arms and snarling like a beast. And then I shot it out of the sodding sky. Bam! Bam! Vase finishes as you approach. The gathered crowd hoots and hollers for him, which he accepts magnanimously. Looking around, you see it's mostly his Helio crew. You can tell from their uniformly close-cropped hair and perfect posture, but there are some faces you recognize from the colony. Anemone is here, and she shoots you a little wave. I'm gonna prove that I'm more awesome than him. You loudly boast that Vase's story is nothing and walk right into the crowd of listeners. All eyes turn towards you, including Vase's, who is regarding you with a curious mixture of annoyance and interest. You tell them about the time you saved Professor Hal when I was only 11. You tell the story of how you saved Professor Hal when he was cornered in a classroom by an alien. You don't have to embellish much. Everyone is rapt as you describe finding him with his throat already cut open, covered in blood, and the heated battle with the monster that followed. Damn, Vase says, clearly impressed. You must be the coolest person on this whole podunk planet. Vase's friends laugh, while the colonists look at each other and smile awkwardly, already not wanting to disagree with Vase, all except an enemy, who joins in and laughs the loudest of all. Vase kicks out another stool from his table. Well, hero, come sit beside the king. You take a seat beside Vase. He crosses his arms and sits back, looking at you appraisingly. I didn't think this colony made them like you, he says. I thought you were all farmers and hippies, but you I like. You've got a warrior's soul. The other Heliopause teenagers look at you approvingly. The only thing this colony's good for is sport. I can't wait to get out there and shoot some aliens, Vase says. He bangs on the table with his fist. Those null shits aren't gonna know what hit him. Well, here we are back in this particular event. Should I challenge him, saying he thinks he's the real hotshot, or should I be a hippie? Because I don't want to flirt with this man's. I could, but I don't want to. Yeah, apparently I do have some amount of standards. I don't like flirting with assholes. Challenge him. It's the only language he'll understand. That's fair. Be a hippie? Ooh, I've got competing opinions in chat. What do we do, chat? What do we do? Save other options for playthroughs when you actually care to impress him? That's fair. Think you're a real hotshot, huh? Vase raises an eyebrow at you. He gestures to his, well, all of himself. Obviously, he sneers. What do I have to be humble about? One of his friends punches him in the arm, and Vase takes it with a cocky grin. You and Vase talk a while longer. Well, mostly he talks, while you and his friends listen. Eventually, the little crowd breaks up as people move on to their other duties. Vase says goodbye to all the Heliopause soldiers by name, and some of the colony ones, too. Nem lingers a little longer than the rest, catching Vase's eye. He reaches out to her and they grasp forearms. It's good to have you around, Anemone, he says. For a colony brat, you're pretty legit. Thanks, Anemone replies, eyes wide. You're pretty cool too. Nem scuttles away after that. Her face is red. Eventually, it's just the two of you left. Vase stands up and pulls his hands on his hips, surveying the garrison. His kingdom. All we did on the Heliopause was train for this exact moment, he says. We were literally made for this. We're the best of the best. He leans into your space and fixes you with a wolfish smile. Which makes me the best thing to happen to this planet since it started shitting out oxygen. Don't you forget it. Oh, dude. That were only true. But it is not. It is absolutely not. Tanj, help me wipe the taste of this asshole out of my mind. Right. Not allowed to work triple shift. I'm so sorry. Tammy, please, help. Yes, I need your smiling face. You are such a better person in this life than any of us deserve. You are one of the better people in this colony. Oh my god, you're so cute. Have I talked to everybody? I think I've talked to everybody. I'm gonna do something completely different. I just need a break from all the crazy. Let's go help in the kitchens. Yep. Let's go help in the kitchens. We're gonna do some cooking. We're sad. We're gonna make food. And because this card is going to be a 3 anyway. Ouch. Just ouch. I love how they show that even with all the tension, Helios are actually approving of Strato kids / people who align with them. It would be so much more straightforward to just make them as a mass complete assholes all the way. It would, but that's not the point. This game is actually very clever in how it does social problems and how it presents them to you throughout the story and through different people's storylines. And I actually like the diversity of it because you can really experience a lot of the human condition through this story, which is, you know, an impossible story of people, you know, trying to eke out an existence on an alien planet that doesn't exist. So I really love that, like all the best science fiction stories out there, this one embraces the enormity of what it is to be human and how that can come into conflict both with itself and with alien things. It's kind of brilliant in that way. I would highly recommend Exocolonist to anyone because of that. This is only my 2nd run, so high praise indeed. So much creativity. I am in mourning, so I get less empathy, sadly. But I got creativity, which is good. It's the twins' birthday. Still haven't figured out how to talk to Cal, even though you've known him your whole life. I'm 1 point away from performing a random act of kindness with Tammy. Oh, woe is me. Hey, Tange. I know, coffee beans would be amazing, but I came to give you a flower. Yep, I remembered your birthday, but I really do hope that the flower is something you find useful. You're welcome. Still watching Vase. Girl, you gotta stop. He's a jerk. Yeah, bring it, bitch. Rex, I need hugs. Please. Please continue complimenting people as well. Some people think you're very stuck up, Mars. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Nami. I will not tell you to be quiet ever because you're amazing. I'm 1 point away from also being creative with Nami. Rude. Yeah, I know you're not gonna miss any of that when you're gone, but it's also your birthday, and, well, I thought you might appreciate this. It's not about attention, it's about, I like you, dummy. Well, he's not mad at me anymore for saying that Tim is dead, and believe you me, I don't like that any more than he does. Sorry, Mom. Didn't mean to bother you. I'll try not to take it for granted, Dad. Try not to. Just showing Tammy how the gardening tool works. Right. That gardening tool or something else, Cal? It's almost glow season. It's the last time that we can go out on expedition. I'm glad we took a break to be creative. I could go nearby. Collectibles 0, collectibles 0, collectibles 1, and new boss event. We're going. Have I played Dragon Age 2? I've played every Dragon Age game, Broccoli. Dragon Age Origins is my favorite game ever. I do mean ever. The most favoriteest game I have ever played in my life. Dragon Age 2 was, I feel, it was not well received by the fandom, which I feel does it a disservice because it unfortunately has the same problems that, say, the middle story of any series has, in that it feels very much like you're not getting everything that you should. And also, it was in a drastically different style of game. They were trying to do something a little different, and they got rushed, I believe. So Dragon Age 2, I feel, is a valid, solid game for what it is, but, there are criticisms that I will accept as valid, and then there is the hate that that game got that I don't agree with, because it is trying to expand upon the story, and I feel like leaning into the stylization that they did was rather clever, because it is Varric telling the story. It is not you playing as the champion of Kirkwall. It is Varric telling the story, and with all of his usual embellishment of the champion of Kirkwall. So I actually think that they were very clever with it, but I am in the minority on that one. I did enjoy the game, however, and have played it multiple times. I've played Inquisition. I've only ever streamed the most recent game of Dragon Age. So you can find my Dragon Age playlist on my YouTube channel, of course. But I have played all of the games, all of the Dragon Age games. I have read a good 3, I'm not sure how many novels are out, but I've read at least 2 out of, I think, the 3 that they came out with some years ago. And I really just adore the whole world that I do. I just adore it. So, who's your favorite companion? Wow, it's just, I thought about Dis blowing up the colony, and I thought about Anders, who blew up the church, and I was like, whatever, want to hold hands and run into the sunset? Anders. I both understand Anders, and I'm also mad at Anders, but, I understand why he did what he did. I don't necessarily agree that it was the correct answer, but that's okay. He still is very worth running off into the sunset with. He's just kind of a stupid boy. Or rather, stupid beings. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Ah, I missed this one. Found you. Anders is your fave? Yeah, I like a particular elf with a low voice and a tragic backstory. You might remember. You might know who that is. He's my favorite. Apparently I like him broke him. I don't know. I just, I can totally fix him, right? I can totally fix him. In the origin, I romanced Morgan so that she would not leave the party because of all my good aligned choices. Morgan's complicated. She's an interesting character. And no matter what you do, even if you do everything right to keep Morgan around, she does in fact leave at some point because she shows up in other games. As already have left the party. But again, at the end of Dragon Age Origins, the entirety of the party kind of breaks apart anyway because they got shit to do elsewhere. Because of reasons, basically. They are, for all intents and purposes, really important people later in their lives. So Liliana shows up in other games. Cullen shows up in other games, although he's not really a party member in Origins, but he is important to the plot for 2 games before he becomes a party member in Inquisition. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Alright, let's do a boss event, shall we? The elf that you mentioned is from Origin or from 2? 2. Wields a big sword. Very broken. Kinda angry about it. Was a slave. I played only Origins in 2. Yeah. For whatever reason, his name is not coming up to me. But I do like him, and I can hear his voice in my head. Or at least his voice actor's voice. But yeah, he doesn't like magisters at all whatsoever. Has a hate-on for certain people in charge of a certain country who are all mages. Because of his experiences. I don't blame him. I like him. He's broken. I can fix him. It's fine. You and Dis are exploring the ruined wormhole observatory again. Feels so familiar. You've dreamed about this place many times, and it's like you're just remembering it all now. This time the dream memories grip you. You wander as if sleepwalking down familiar paths. You look up and see the wormhole faint in the sky above. Time is right to observe it. Dis tries to keep up. Where are you going? He asks, angrily. You don't answer. You're trying to concentrate on finding the place. You approach the large pyramid in the center of the complex. Beside it is one of the smaller elevators, a little monolith with a round iris door. This is the place. Your head throbs with it. Even standing outside, you know there's something down there. You look for one of those elevator monoliths near the pyramid and find it, but it's overgrown with snaking vines and brambles, with very large flowers all over. You could push through them, but... Dis stops you and shows you a Geiger counter reading on your holopalm. These flowers seem to be radioactive. Your suit won't protect you for long. Do we take a sample or do we push through? Fenris. Broccoli. Fenris. I'm talking about Fenris. Then it means he joins the party in a single but only quest that I skipped in the in the entire game, just because it obviously needed to confront mages. Afterwards, I learned that my decision left me without a whole companion. So yeah, I have no idea who he is, actually. Fenris. Fenris. You actually managed to skip out on Fenris? Did you know that there are people who, there are people who actually never picked up Zevran in Dragon Age Origins because they killed him every time? Alright, I'm taking a sample. You snag a sample you could study later in geoponics. Holy crap, that's a lot of stress. You soon realize your mistake as the radiation illness sets in. Brushing by those flowers gave you a big dose. You'll be sick for days and need radiation treatment when you return. But for now, you continue down irresistibly forward by something that sings in your head. You enter the elevator, thankfully still working, and descend beneath the ground. It opens to a kind of antechamber room with an exit at the other end, leading to the heart of the pyramid. There are glyphs carved into crystal panels on the walls, symbols that resemble the wormhole. You start across the room. The further you go, the more your head swims. You have to pause. You think you might faint, and it isn't just the radiation. There's something down here, some great energy, and it's making your head hurt. You shake your head, trying to clear it. Wait, maybe this is a bad idea. Do I keep going, or do I leave? Reminds me of your BG3 run where you didn't get the Drow Paladin companion because you killed her instead. Exactly. I did not get her because I killed her because she was a bitch. But Zevran, I got every time because in Origins, he's my favorite. Actually, that's not true. He's my second favorite. Alistair is actually my true favorite. I'm sorry. I will always love that silly, blushy boy. Fog slowly clears from your eyes. Your head still hurts, but you can think again. Dis looks concerned, even going so far as to reach out to steady you. Are you okay? So, do we try to explain it to Dis, or do we keep going? Like, just follow me. She is given as a target, yes. Caleb says to tell you that he accepts all of your love, Auntie May. Aww. I love you too, adoptive nephew. I know, I'm adorable. Shush. I only admit to cute. It's hard to put into words. You just say, my head hurts. Obviously, he says. But no, it's more than that. You're seeing things. It's kind of like the array and kind of like a dream, but you feel that something super important is up ahead and you need to see it. Maybe we better leave, Dis says nervously. You don't look so good. Pee-pee! Thank you for continuing to lurk. She's switched to Life is Strange on her own stream. It's awesome. Past the antechamber. Oh, reasoning. Well, we're gonna tough it out, but... Past the antechamber is a long hallway sloping down. Things around you are starting to look kind of weird, like two slightly different realities overlapping. Dis's face is starting to phase in and out of existence. You're hit with a strong wave of dizziness and nausea. Things seem to move in slow motion, but so far too fast. You lean over and... We're gonna tough it out. You keep going. At the bottom of the hallway are more crystal panels on the walls, many facets broken. Or are they whole? The walls have crumbled and roots creep over everything, but also they don't. Every time you blink, the room seems to flip and swim between two realities. All the same, you feel absolutely compelled to continue. What is it with this place? Dis is both there and not there. The part of him which exists looks concerned. We need to leave, now, he says. This place is hurting you. There's a round iris door at the end of the hall. Are you sure you want to go any further? One more room. You pass through the doorway into a large square chamber with a sloping ceiling. Your sense of this place, of the vibrations, is telling you this must be directly under the big pyramid on the surface. The floor, and even the air here, thrums with vibrating energy. Ugh, even I can feel it now, too, Dis mutters behind you, rubbing his head. Ah, shit, I don't have the lack of stress. I'm gonna black out before I can get it done. The room is empty except for a raised platform in the middle, which looks enticingly like a bed. Which is convenient because you are definitely going to faint this time. You collapse onto the platform and are overwhelmed by a spectacular migraine headache. It feels like your head is going to explode. You sit up unconscious. When you wake up, you're back at the collection site. Dis must have dragged you out and then called for help. Your headache is gone, and a medical scan shows nothing wrong with you, but you feel completely weak and drained. Dang it. Well, we got a little more engineering. You're browsing the colony bulletin board on your holopalm over breakfast when you notice a new post from Nami. It seems to be a short story. The title is Xenos to the Rescue. Ooh boy. You open the story and read through it. Wow, it's actually pretty good. Nami did a great job of grounding the unrealistic premise of talking manticores with relatable characters and a strong emotional story. With your help on some of the finer details, Nami's written something that truly elevates the art form. You get the notification through your holopalm that you've received some kudos along with a message from Nami. Thanks for the help, friend! Here are your royalties! Aw. Sweet girl. It is glow. We cannot go back out. Well, that's what you get for pushing through the radioactive plants. Yeah, I know. We'll have to go to geoponics when we're not stressed. Unfortunately, we're too stressed. I'm not gonna go to the park this time because I've maxed out my pets. I'm just gonna look to see if there's a collectible over here. There is not. Not anywhere. How rude. Nem. You're welcome. It's not enough, but it is what it is. Why do I talk to you again? Yeah, I don't know. Just don't know. Tange. Yeah, there's definitely going to be an attack. Have a flower. Maybe that will distract you. Ah, crystal. Dad? It does feel different. Does feel different. It always hits different in glow, that's for sure. Mom? I'm not gonna go very far, Mom, I promise. Cal? I'm sure it's something. Here, have a fruit. I know how much you love food. You always are starving. Why? I know this about you. You are always starving. This? Yeah, nature's gonna win. It always does. I think I'm gonna hang out. I could hang out on the walls. Or I could hang out here, which I believe is friendship with Tammy and Rex. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna relax in the lounge for once because I am stressed. Let's visit the spa. What do we want to get rid of? These are all fine. Maybe Hop-Eye Facts? Maybe So Hungry? The Shimmer Cure? Could get rid of First Steps. Or we could level those up into 2s. I don't know what they'd become, though. We haven't leveled up a card in a while. Maybe I should do that instead. Shall we visit the gym? What do you become? Running. I see. Can also buy cards. Nah. That was enough. I don't want any more. No, I'm gonna go hang out in the lounge. This is bullshit. Can you hang it on the wall if the park's not worth doing? Nice view. You can level up to like 4. Yeah, I just don't have the credits for it. I haven't actually done a credits run. I would like to relax in the lounge to get friendship with Tammy and Rex, honestly. We're gonna end up in the fight regardless. Nothing much happens this month. You spend most of the time spacing out to whatever's on your here speak, occasionally nodding hello to the other colonists passing through. You binge a few seasons of a show you've been meaning to rewatch. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Please forget it. Yes, thank you. You're lying in bed staring at the wormhole through your window when you hear a deep thump resonate through the ground. Then a second one, quieter. The woven roof of your room quivers, unleashing a season's worth of fine glowing dust to sift through the air. Through your open window you hear voices sounding the alarm. The annual offensive is here, and leading the charge are 2 massive faceless. Well, into the fray we go. You grab a plas rifle and report to the front, where a line of soldiers has taken up arms and is waiting for orders. The colony prepares to defend itself against the 2 building-scale faceless, as well as a teeming swarm of smaller Xenos that seethe towards you. Hold steady, orders Security Chief Rhett. Keep the line! No, Governor Lum yells, running from the front gates to the front of the defensive line. He elbows Rhett out of the way and waves his arms wildly. Bring them closer! Draw them in! Rhett stops himself from shoving Lum back, but just barely, you can tell. Are you serious? He retorts. We can't let them any further into the colony. We're going to fight them on our territory, Lum cries, raising his plas rifle over his head with one hand. We have the walls. Let's use them. Let's let them come inside and pick them off one by one. We can't pick off a faceless, Rhett sputters from the sidelines. Lum smiles maniacally. You can see the gleam of his teeth from here. I have a plan, he roars. Just follow my lead. With that, he turns and begins to run towards the approaching animals, roaring taunts and firing wildly into the fray to draw them close. At a loss, Rhett motions you all to fade back and let the animals approach. The area just inside the gate becomes a swirling melee of smaller Xenos and plas rifle fire, the 2 faceless lumbering slowly behind. We're going to try to stay out of the way. Okay. Nice. Opening of 28 for a goal of 85. Nice. Thank you. Next. +5. Double 5s. Many 5s. And also a straight. Because of the wilds. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just super gold doll heck. So, I win. Good thing you don't need to be smart to be a leader. Why does he stay alive? Why can't this hubris allow him to freaking die? His plan is what most people would use as a desperate last-ditch setup, and it's his first thought. Which proves how much of a fucking moron he is. November proved that. Mm-hmm. Yep. But we're not going to talk politics. Lum's or our own. You're not exactly a professional soldier, but you manage to hold your own against the Xenos, even though you still scream and retreat when something gets too close. You don't injure any humans with your plas rifle, though. Out of the artillery smoke, wafting over the battlefield, Lum comes running. Hey! Here they come! Here they come! He shouts joyfully and plows through the gates with two faceless galloping behind him. It's, without a doubt, idiotic and horrendously dangerous. You can't help it. You hit record on your holopalm and film the ensuing chaos. You catch a glimpse of Chief Rhett putting his hand over his face and sighing. A squad of Helio soldiers takes up the charge and helps shepherd the faceless into the open area in the middle of the colony. You have horrible flashbacks to the first time you saw faceless inside these walls. From looks on the faces of the other Stratos, you're not the only one. Then, you're all thrown to the ground by a tremendous explosion. Fire engulfs the center square, roasting the two faceless in an inferno that blasts the sweat from your pores. Rocks and chunks of dirt patter all around you with the occasional thunk of burning mushwood. Those soldiers nearest the blaze all recoil in surprise. Clearly no one but Lum knew that the square had been rigged with explosives. You don't think anyone was caught in the blast. But it was close. Lum stands before the blaze, laughing and firing at the two tortured faceless as they roast to death. You raise your holopalm to capture the image, his silhouette dark against the column of flame and smoke. It was ridiculously dangerous and stupid, but it does look pretty cool in your recorded footage. People filter out of their hiding places, shielding their faces from the heat coming off the bonfire in the middle of the square. On the horizon, the first watery rays of quiet sunrise are struggling to make a dent in the hot orange glare. The colony's fire suppression system is turned on the square, revealing the charred corpses of the two faceless. Utopia walks by with a reclamation team, hauling an industrial plas cutter on a hoverlift. Did he use the mining explosives? Utopia says in awe. Mighty bold of him. Those things will blow a hole in a mountain. Or a creature, I suppose. She sighs. Wish you could have saved them from mining. That must have been the last of them. We sure can't make any more. And she and her crew are out of earshot as they pick their way down the blast crater to carve up the faceless for recycling. Fortunately, the colony was well defended. You and the other colonists have been fortifying the defenses, putting security above all else. Tonight's defense was still resounding. A resounding, if messy, success. But if Utopia's right, you don't have any more of those explosives now. You can't just nanoprint unstable molecules like that. What are you going to do during the next attack? Well, here's the overview. We are down 16 kudos and 52 stress, but we are up 10 rebellion. We haven't added to the food, and we have dealt a blow to the defense, but that's mostly Lum's fault. Here are all the cards that we have collected over the year. Here are all the skill ups that we've gotten, and all of the relationships that we've brought up now that we are 17. Everyone's gotten their glow up, including ourselves. Look at us, we're awesome. Our art is also awesome. We're very boyishly handsome in a any-all sort of way. Howsomever, this is where I'm going to save it. So we'll have to go through the glow-ups tomorrow. Let's get in a cheeky save because it is stream 20 already. Goodness, 20 episodes of this, you guys. We've been doing quite well, but thank you guys for joining me for yet another Adventures with Rin. I'm Mayrin Altheatover, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that is not your time zone, please give me a follow and put on notifications either here or over on Blue Sky, preferably both, so that you know when I go live. The upside to doing so over on Blue Sky is you also get to know me as a person outside of the things that I stream. I'm more than happy to have you, to get to know you better as a friend, so come over there, be my friend, let's have a conversation. I'm terrible at social media and I need all the help I can get, so please help me. Tomorrow is indeed Palia Friday. Every Friday we play a free-to-play MMO called Palia. If you would like to join us for that, please grab it on Steam. Here is the link. Otherwise, you know, if you just want to check it out, you're welcome to come join us tomorrow while we do a chill, cool, just, you know, instead of the intensity, we will get to the glow-ups next week because, well, obviously I'm playing Palia tomorrow. Yay for that. I do have a YouTube channel, so if you want to see what Palia is all about, the playlist is there. If you've missed anything for Exocolonist, also there. So the playlists are my way of giving back to all of you so that you can keep ahead, and now you have all weekend to see what we've been doing in Exocolonist so that you can look forward to what is next. Just FYI. Subscribe and ring the bell if you want to know when the VODs go live. Just saying. Last but not least, I do raid my friends. And if I don't have any friends to raid, I go make new ones. I'm pretty sure I have friends to raid today. So let's go find out who it is. That's my raid message. It works for absolutely everybody. You can copy paste it, or you can use your own love heart or raid emojis that you get from any of your friends and communities that you follow, because we're all in this together and I'm happy to share. Let me see. You know what? We're gonna go say hi to Psycho Phoenix, aka PP. She comes and lurks in my chat while she is streaming, and currently she's playing Life is Strange True Colors. So I hope that you will all go give her all the love from me. She's a very sassy, fun Brit who has a good time and is a variety streamer in that she does a variety of games every stream. Unlike me, who's a variety streamer in the way that I do one game at a time, but who knows what I'm doing next. In any case, have a great day, you guys. I will see you tomorrow for Palia, and we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.